Alright, we are good to go.
That's bueno.
We just waiting on Daniel-san.
As per usual, you know?
Hey, stop it. No. You crazy cat.
I yell at my kittens too. Hello, Daniel.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Dan.
What?
I rolled a D100 of legit dice today to see how I would do, and I landed on 50. So
That's good.
He also rolled his D20 and landed on 10.
so it's perfectly half. Yes.
Perfectly balanced. Thanos would be happy.
Yeah, honestly, that's better than the normal rolls.
I'm gonna be spared. Well, then who knows? Maybe I'll be monstrous.
It's a good thing you have your proficiency bonus.
It is. It is indeed. Alright, I'm good to go whenever y'all are.
So it's just gonna be us 5?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mally's not here today.
No!
And no one's heard from Dottie, right?
No, Dottie's done.
Yeah,
Oh.
Dottie's not playing with us.
Did you? Yeah, the group me. I sent it over the group me. Dottie's done.
R.I.P. Dottie.
R.I.P. Dottie.
How are we gonna kill him off? This is.
I'm not gonna kill him off, but he's got an ending. So.
He's gonna ride out into the sunset in a fucking dragon, man.
Yeah, actually,
boy.
he's gonna ride out into the sunset. There we go.
Actually, let me get a beer really quick. I gotta be drunk in order to do this voice.
You've gotta be drunk.
Sorry,
I like it.
just got back from drill, so of course, sorry, I didn't have time to change.
Oh God.
Oh, Jesus.
I can't even.
I'm sorry, I was busy. I needed to grab my dinner, so I was just
I can't.
working on my drill course. Okay.
Right, because that's totally regulation.
Because it's
You're totally in regs.
it's a rally shirt. We're allowed to wear rally shirts on Saturdays now.
Well, they switched it. You could do it on Sundays. The Port Dogs actually. I was surprised I didn't see you there, Leaner. It was weird.
It is weird because I wasn't fucking there.
Did you forget that we got drill this weekend?
I mean, it's only October, so I don't want drill in October twice.
What? No, it's
We
still
had
there.
2 weeks ago.
I was about to say,
fucking
y'all.
make me go sooner than I have to.
Have you seen our new Port Dog rally shirts?
No, I haven't. You should
Really?
show me.
I'm wearing it today.
Yay.
Oh, there it is! Yay! You got me!
I actually did wear this on my date today. I actually did. I had
saw it?
No, I had a hoodie on.
Okay.
Oh man, I was about to say, like, I literally envisioned her saying it.
That
Sad.
needs to be everyone's second impression of me, okay?
Alright, from now on, second dates, TBD shirts.
Second date TBD.
Absolutely.
It's like date 1.5 because this one wasn't planned.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, impromptu dates can be considered second dates.
Yeah.
A date.
It was impromptu, but we actually have a second date planned for Thursday.
Did
so-
you lick her?
I licked her. Yes, yeah.
Dang. Dang,
licked
just
He's like, in your
just jumped right in there.
Do you want to know something sad, Brett?
Yeah.
My girlfriend hates to be licked.
I wonder why.
Are we talking everywhere or just in one particular spot?
Oh boy.
Everywhere.
Oh, then, well, that sucks. I mean, I guess you don't have to worry about your tongue wearing out.
No, I like to lick. You could describe me as a licker, honestly.
Like an ice cream cone.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, that is the question.
That is a very good question.
God, I'm getting in photo mood right now. I'm being annoying.
In
I need
No,
to get
you're
to serious
not.
Damon mood, okay?
Damon.
Oh my
Alright,
god.
so-
And Naina's voice. Yes.
Anani.
And Ani. There's an A at the end!
Yeah, there's an A at the
It's
end. What does it say?
I'm gonna ask you to spell it for me, and then I'm gonna mispronounce it the whole time.
Pacific Islander, you blonde waffles.
So when last we left off,
When
you
last we left off, our heroes were in outer space.
Yes. You guys had just the hags and the dragon had just fled, and you guys left the forest, and you are entering the sky castle that you have commandeered again. And Pykel, as you actually, first off, Damon, I need you to make a religion check. This was something I should have had you do before. This is about Inanni symbol, just to see how much you know.
Oh fuck, motherfucker!
I don't have my face up. You know, I still have control over Pykel.
Oh,
You can't control me!
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can. Oh, I brought up Fado. My bad. Habit.
Oh,
I
right.
had no problems pulling Anani up.
Hey, eat a dick. My character isn't dead.
You piece of garbage. My character died for yours.
Dang.
How dare you?
Dang. Shots fired.
You want me to
Shots
do
fired.
religion?
Religion, yeah.
Okay, I did. Fuck, I didn't. What the hell?
No,
There you
Jesus.
go. There's all of them. You have to take the second one.
Clearly, that's what you have to do.
12.
Wow.
Okay, so you know that from Inanni's symbol that he worships Shakal. And while you're not entirely sure what it means, you are vaguely familiar and you know that the all black holy symbol means something. You've seen other clerics or acolytes of Shakal. You've seen some of them have half white, half black, and others of them have all white holy symbols. So you know that all black holy symbol means something. You're just not entirely sure what. Pyko, as you guys are walking up to the castle, the gemstone on your flail the black shadowy one starts to glow a little bit, and then you hear it in your mind. Pyko!
Yes, Messiah.
It's the new companion of yours. The one with the whip.
Oh,
Yeah.
He has a power similar to us. You must befriend him. Find where his power comes from. If need be, kill him.
befriend
For now, become his friend. Gain his trust. Learn where his power comes from.
As you wish.
Kill me first. Become my friend second. That's what I heard.
Okay,
New character.
you
I
guys,
can take Pykel.
you guys
Ooh.
enter this sky castle, and you begin taking off in the direction that you think that you saw Fado leave off when he left, but you're not entirely sure.
Oh, they never saw that because they were sleeping.
You are correct. So okay, I guess you guys are taking off
Find Fado.
in a random direction. So far, Jin is the only one at the moment who is attuned to the castle anymore. So somebody else will have to attune to the castle so that you guys can take shifts.
What do I think of the castle?
The castle is a similar design to many of the floating cities, the floating buildings and things of Kunald. However, it does seem a little archaic in nature. Like it was a much older design. Somewhat, it's familiar, but it also is very old.
Ooh, the original iPhone.
Yeah, it's like seeing an original iPhone.
I remember these. Okay.
Very archaic.
Well, it'll have to do.
Hey, as long as it flies, that's all that matters.
Very true.
But yeah, somebody will have to. Somebody else has to attune to the castle.
Who here in this castle is here to attend to us? I ask. Who talked to me the most? I forget. Or who do I look? Who looks like the one who's in charge? Because I don't think it's Claudia.
Yeah, Damon definitely doesn't think it's Claudia. He probably thinks it's Pykel or Jen.
I asked Pykel.
Yeah, out of character, I totally don't remember. Like, he asked how many,
There's
like,
nobody to attend us.
no one.
Well, why do you need a servant?
Well, it's a castle.
Welcome.
Don't you have servants? This is your castle.
Well, hey. Thank you
But
so
no one
much
would be. I woke
for
up next to you.
subscribing.
Oh, I know you.
Well, not subscribing, but following me. Commander Roots. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hello.
We stole this castle.
That's a fairly decent Claudia impression. I am
That is-
impressed.
That is really good. That is really good.
Oh, well. I don't know how I feel about that.
I look
You
at,
are our
I look
servant.
at Damon and I say that might explain why the archways are huge and look like they're fit for a giant.
Oh, that's true. I forgot it looks like giants.
Yeah, it is. It is sized for a giant.
Well, this makes sense now. Alright,
I just keep walking.
yeah.
I'll attune to the castle. I almost called it a ship.
Okay.
Does anybody
So
have any idea where we're going?
Nope.
all you know is you're going towards the. Well, you want to go towards the summer.
Yeah, none of you know how to get to the summer court, right? We already discussed this, I believe.
I don't even know what that is.
Right on. Right on. I'm gonna guess that way.
What is your goal? What are you doing here? I don't think we ever talked about that.
All right.
No, you guys didn't talk a whole lot beforehand.
Yeah, what are you doing here? Because I don't even know where we are. I look around and I look back at like the jungle or whatever the fuck it is, because I can at least surmise that this isn't the material plane.
Yeah, it's very alien.
Because
Yeah, so you look back, and what used to be a forest with vibrant green, it looked like almost oak trees, except with all sorts of weird colored leaves and sort of strange bugs crawling up them. When you look back now, it looks like a really decrepit, disgusting swamp. Trees are bending all sorts of which way, and almost like curling in ways that doesn't make sense. It's all very alien.
because this is obviously not the prime material plane.
Nope.
Where is it that we are?
We are in a place known as the Feywild.
The Feywild.
Yes, it's an alternate dimension. There was this giant Countess in Surrey. There was this whole issue with the ordning of the giants that got shattered by this stupid dragon that we had to destroy. It was all pretty easy stuff. Then Countess in Surrey sent some giants in and, wreaking havoc on the land. So we had to put a stop to that, you see. And then once we got here, she disintegrated our bro. He's gone. And... well, he was, and now he switched places because now the other person's missing, and he's gone. We don't know where he's at, so we're trying to find him. And last we knew, he was trying to get to the summer court.
So, you killed a dragon.
Yes.
You went to the Feywild on your own volition.
Mm-hmm.
2 of your friends died. One of them came back, and you are looking for that companion now.
Yep, all pretty, run-of-the-mill stuff.
I believe his name is Fado, correct?
You are correct. You are correct.
They did try to see where he was at.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how impressed am I from them killing a dragon?
Probably pretty impressed. This is an esteemed monster slayer.
Yeah.
You know that's not an easy task.
Well, okay. That's actually pretty impressive.
And you did see them hold back a dragon themselves.
Oh, that's true. Well, based on how you handled yourselves earlier, it seems like your story is plausible.
I'm glad you believe me. I have no reason to lie to you.
I like this Goliath.
The name's Pikel. I hold out my hand. The name's Pikel Thompson. I hold my hand out.
I shake Michael's hand.
How big is my hand in comparison to his?
Inani is he's pretty big. He's not nearly as tall as you, but he's definitely the tallest of the group. He's probably about 6'5", so he's still head and shoulders shorter than you, but much taller than what you're normally interacting with. He's fairly broad, so it's not too much bigger, but you're still like
Gotcha.
pretty big compared to him.
I like your handshake. It's stronger than most.
I put a little flame into it.
It singes your hand just a hint.
Nice. I laugh jovially.
You probably barely feel it because you got
Me.
gauntlets on, so.
Yeah.
Hot.
Oh.
Ah,
All right. So
So do we
Off
have
we
any
go.
idea where we're going?
since we're unable
no.
to leave, I guess we'll help you find your friends.
Thank you. Now, is there any way we can figure out where the hell we're going?
I do have a spell that I can attune to after a long rest called Divination, to where I can ask one question of a god or a god servant, but that doesn't necessarily mean it'll get us where we need to go.
Well,
It would be better than wandering blind.
this is wise.
Okay. Is there a place I can go to rest?
Oh, sure. And I'm gonna take him to where we killed Countess and Suri. And
Your dead, smoldering
Yes.
corpse.
Seems very, very angrily led. Why are we here? I'm pretty sure I saw some bedrooms back that way.
somewhat.
Bedrooms,
Oh,
beds and
Well-
cots.
well, that works too. You can go over there.
I go back to one of the beds that we probably walked past on our way down.
Yeah,
Is
you definitely did.
Countess Sensori still there?
Yeah, you guys didn't. It's headless now.
Where's her head?
You guys cut it off.
Oh, that's right.
I tried to intimidate the giants.
Oh, God.
Yes,
Wait, where is the head now?
it's in the Feywild, thrown off the edge of the castle.
Well, okay, shit. Because I could have spoken with her.
No. Try to cast a spell and just shout, "Yo, Countess and Suri!"
You can still speak with dead even though they don't have a head, right?
I don't know.
I believe you can.
Fuck.
I mean, I should know this because I'm a cleric of death. Let me see.
Sorry, I think I'm clicking things.
You are. That's all right. Steel Wind Strike.
My my pad is frozen.
Well, that ain't no good.
Corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. So no, we cannot.
You could have spoken to her with anything missing but the head.
No.
No.
Oh no.
Well,
Oh no.
okay. Yeah, that's all I can do.
Lovely. I'm gonna cast Mend on the body. I'm joking.
I was like, well, nothing happened, so
That
that
was a joke.
sucks.
I am going to go take a long rest and switch out one of my spells for divination.
Okay. Pykel or Jin, who's going to pilot first?
I can do it first.
Okay. Pykel, Damon, the rest of you guys, you go ahead and take a long rest. Jin, go ahead and give me a. What direction are you gonna take it?
Wait, hold on. Before we go, I do have a question. I have a spell called Sending.
Mm-hmm.
Could I send a message to Fado to try to?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have the spell slot for it?
Yeah, it's a
I knew you would use the third level spell last.
Darn. Yeah, I have one third level spell slot left.
Then yes, you can send a message to Fado.
What am I doing right now?
Wait, hold on.
Am I still flying?
No.
By now you probably have landed.
The creature hears the message by recognizing.
It's like Rester, I got there.
You can answer in like a manner immediately.
You are you're in the summer cold.
Okay, so I ask him if he can give us any direction as to where to find
I'm
him.
going to need you to say specifically what you're
Okay.
going to say because there is
Hold
a
on.
word limit.
There is a 25 word limit. Give me 1 second here.
Hey, Fado, how are you? It's me, Pykel. Wondering
It's
how
me.
you are. How are you?
Jester.
It's me, Jester. How are you, Michael?
Technically.
Technically speaking, I have a 25 word limit.
Give me a second. Fado, can you tell us how to get to you?
This is Michael.
Well, doesn't he recognize my voice anyways?
I probably-
Because it's a creature I know.
Yeah.
Who
okay.
is this?
No!
That's
Foiled!
exactly how I replied, by the way.
Okay. So Pykel,
Well, I'm done
you
now.
said, how do I get to you?
No,
And
I
then-
want to tell him more. I'll tell him more. That's just how I start.
Who is this? He's like,
Actually, no, that's exactly what Fado would do. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Okay.
No! I should have said this is Pykel.
Using your last third level spell slot, you send a message out into the ether, and all you get back, you hear a brief pause, and then, who is this?
And then
I'm sorry, I'm a piece of shit, guys.
I
Despite my personal growth, I am still a goofball.
well, I just kind of smack my lips, just like, well,
Well, I'm a fucking idiot.
well.
Tomorrow it is then.
We're going blind.
Hell yeah.
Just spit on it.
Watch
All
this
right.
joke be our undoing.
I am gonna bank on it.
You remember how we've already rolled characters once, Damon?
All right. So, Jin, which direction you heading?
Well, since I was the only one that saw Fado trying to leave, I'm just gonna
The first
assume he tried. Yeah, the first time. We're going after him, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna go the direction I saw him heading. Just gonna,
Okay.
Smart.
Just gonna assume he had a destination that he wanted to go to before,
Okay.
so that's where I'm
God,
going.
such a piece of shit. I'm so sorry.
It's
So,
okay.
next up, give me a perception check.
Sure.
Damn.
All right. So for the next three or 4 hours, give or take, you're just coming across endless landscapes. It's nothing that you haven't seen before. The Fae that you're starting to cross, you're starting to get a little paranoid that maybe you just keep like crossing the same area of land constantly, like you're going in a big loop. And right when you're about to stop the castle, and do something, off in the horizon you see what looks at first it looks like a mountain. And as you start to get closer to it, you notice that this thing is moving, albeit really slow, just and it looks like this huge rocky titan made of this black granite almost, just walking through the countryside in the same direction that you are taking the castle.
Fly right into its face so we can all die a glorious death.
I'm not going to do that. Well, so it looks like literally, like I could already tell it's a creature.
You
Or am
can
I
tell it's a
correct?
creature, you can tell that it's moving. It's probably a couple 100 feet tall. It's very tall.
Okay. I want to fly closer,
Mm-hmm.
and
How close?
I want to, close enough that I feel. How far would my tongue of sun and moon, like maybe not speaking, but like being able to see if it speaks a language, distance?
Being able to see if it speaks a language?
Just know what language it speaks, you know, because like I feel its like key and stuff, and I'm like, ooh, I know it speaks common. Oh,
You would have to get fairly close to.
oh shit. Okay. Well, you said it was almost at the end of my shift, anyways, right?
It's getting there, yeah.
I'm gonna wake up Eichel.
Oh boy!
I'm gonna wake that bitch up. Just be like, yo, Pykel, you're familiar with giants because you might as well be one. Look at that one.
I'm not sure if you can classify it as a giant.
I mean, it is giant.
Exactly.
Or the giant.
That's what I was going for.
So, do I have any idea what this is?
Give me a nature check. I guess, yeah. I guess nature's the closest.
Oh boy, with my -1 nature.
It looks like a gigantic, colossal moving rock.
That's awesome.
That is exactly how I describe it. It's a colossal moving rock.
Okay. Thank you.
Is the long rest over?
No.
Okay. I'm resting.
You guys are still resting. This is Pykel being woken up for his shift of flying the castle.
Okay.
Well, Pykel, I need your opinion on what you think we should do. Should we get a little closer? You know, I like big moving mountains as much as the next guy, but
Can I sense anything from it?
What do you mean?
How close are we to it?
I don't know how close Jin got to it. It's from the sounds of it is like Jin, as soon as he notices, he's kind of stopped the castle.
Well,
And
then
then
how far away are we that we noticed it? Is it cool that I ask these questions because I'm not there?
Yeah, you're You're not that
Clarifying
close.
question.
You're not that close to it. You're maybe like half a mile.
Miles?
I mean, it's several hundred feet tall.
Yeah,
You definitely
so it
notice.
could be miles.
Yeah.
I think we should move closer. And since I have a long rest, I since
You don't have a long rest.
You
well,
don't.
not yet.
oh god damn it! All right, never mind. Let's just go for it then. Let's just move towards it. Why not? A little bit closer,
You guys
anyhow.
better not fucking kill Damon.
If we all die, I mean, you know.
I mean, I'm at like half HP, so this is good stuff. I mean, I got all my key though. I didn't use any. We good. Alright, let's fly closer. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
Let's get it, boys.
Just like, close the distance like half. And if it stops,
You're coming
I'm
up from
gonna stop.
behind it.
Yeah.
And we're faster than it.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to close the distance like half of what it was, but if it stops, I want to stop too.
Oh god.
It doesn't seem to have noticed you at the moment.
Okay. Do I see anything now? Like any distinguishing features? Like, are there like watchtowers on this mountain? Or are there like odd trees?
As it's moving, you are noticing that there's actually like life going on. Like you can see ridges of trees along what would be its shoulders and its back. You can see you're starting to what looks like animals, little flecks of animals moving back and forth. You're still not really close enough to make out a lot of details, but it does look like there's like forests and things inhabiting its body.
Maybe. Well, let's move closer.
I concur.
How close?
This is gonna be fun.
Well, first I'm gonna let like Pykel kind of take the wheel, and I'm gonna like kind of be closer to everybody because I'm like really fast and I can wake up people.
Okay.
So I'm gonna like be ready. I'm gonna
So
be waiting for him to like scream at me.
Yeah, so you're kind of sitting while Pykel is navigating. You tell him to move closer, and you're sitting in the door ready to sprint, wake up everybody real quick in the event that something is going on. Keep in mind that the only way we're seeing this is through the crystal, which kind of gives you like the ability to see the area around you and kind of gives you like a heightened vision so that you can see things from further away. The crystal that's moving the castle.
Ooh.
Well, I kind of want to be like closer to everybody. I'm waiting for Pykel to scream at me. I don't need to see the crystal.
Yeah. That I was just saying, like, you can't see any of the stuff. But okay.
Right.
So Pykel, you are going to take it closer. How close do you go?
Half the distance. Again.
It's
All right.
quarter.
So you were saying like a mile, and then you were half a mile. Now you're at a quarter of a mile.
Indeed.
It still doesn't seem to notice you. It's
It's Diablo.
yes, this is Diablo.
Yeah, the
to
very first one.
turn up the music.
Oh. I thought you were saying it's Diablo.
To it, you are just like a little buzzing fly almost. Even with this massive castle, not that big compared to it. So
Oh, that's okay. That's okay then. I like that.
Can I gather anything
maybe
else
less
from
of a
it?
fly, but more like a small bird, because you're still a pretty big castle.
Do I gather anything else from the extra details that I see?
Yeah, you can definitely tell that the forests that are on it are not the same as the ones that you've been flying over. They look a little different, almost like twisted versions of evergreen trees instead of like when you were looking down, it looked more like weird twisted versions of like oaks and maples, whereas these look like weird twisted versions of evergreen trees. And you're seeing little snow caps on the shoulders as well.
I told Jen everything seems fine so far. Kind of want to move closer. I really have no idea what this thing is, and my nature check was shite. Unless I can roll again.
Nope.
Darn. Well then, yeah. Let's see. You think I should move closer, Jin?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right. We're gonna close half of the distance again.
Okay, so you're now at an 8.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty
Okay.
close.
The 200 meters.
Start that battle music, boys.
No, pizza party music.
Pizza party.
That's the battle music, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
As you start to get closer, this thing finally kind of notices you drifting. He stops for a second, and for him to stop, it's like, and then he slowly starts to turn.
What is this little doing? Can I help you?
Why says that it only speaks common? I need to know.
No, you know that it can speak Common, Sylvan, and Primordial.
Ooh, I'm gonna speak primordial to it.
You don't know that.
Yeah, you.
I actually do. I actually do know primordial.
You don't know.
Well,
no, you don't know that it speaks primordial.
Oh, well then, dang it.
So.
Dang, I want that pizza music. This is not Pizza Boy.
Yeah, I wanted that pizza party
So
music too.
I want to ask in primordial. I'm going to ask, what exactly are you first? We're curious.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
I figured. We're really far.
You guys are still 200 meters away. Even if you're like dead screaming, it's
Is there
Oh,
like
come on, I can scream across the track field if it's
Is there
quiet.
like a mic something in the crystal or something? Hey! Pull over!
yeah. Also, you would have to get up onto the balcony to be able to speak with it.
Go.
I'll get on the balcony. You can pilot. Michael.
Yeah. I'll move a little closer. And you can get up on the balcony.
Okay. So Jin climbs up onto the balcony.
Yeah.
And Jin, as you get there, you're starting to see little divots in its face, and even on parts of its face, in some of the flatter parts, you can see trees and life growing on it. And you're starting to see weird little creatures, none of which seem familiar to you at all, crawling along its face. It's got this huge approximation of big bushy eyebrows, very heavy face, and as it speaks, like huge grayish vines are stretching out here, and just,
Well, what are you doing?
So it can hear me.
no, it seems to like confused because it asked you a question and then you didn't do it. And now you're moving closer. It seems like genuinely.
I want to wave, just like wave as we're coming in.
Hey!
Like, hey!
It's like fucking Horton Hears the Who over here.
So as you go, you're waving your arms, and you see the eyebrows kind of.
What are you?
God.
He asked me what I am.
Yes. And as you're getting closer, its voice is starting to boom out, and it's starting to like vibrate the whole castle. It's reverberating through all of this. You're feeling it in your feet. It's almost too loud to stand. And it's starting to. The rest of you guys who are sleeping are like
Oh, I wake up.
feeling the castle start to shake, almost like there's an earthquake going on in a floating castle.
I'll rush to
I
the.
wake up very sleepily, and I hope Damon's sitting right next to me, and I'm just gonna look at him like, what the fuck are we dealing with now?
I don't know, man.
I like slowly put on my cloak and just slowly get dressed in a half like, you know, that like you woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning and you didn't really want to, and you're tired and you want to go back to bed. That state.
I feel like Damon's an early riser, so he'll leave while he's doing that.
This is like when he normally, like 30 minutes before he normally wakes up. So it's
Yeah.
This is like that that first time you're getting woken up by the TIs banging on your wall locker in the morning, and you just don't want to get out of bed.
It's like, the fuck?
Pretty much.
Freaking reveille going off in your ear.
I'll go to Michael when I can.
Okay. So you guys wake up. Pykel, you're starting to feel as this thing is speaking, the castle vibrate, and you notice that Inani and Damon and Claudia and Miller are starting to kind of lazily get up.
What is going on?
Oh, found a big rock thing. We're checking it out.
What the fuck is this thing?
Where the fuck are we?
Would I recognize
We're in the
it at
Feywild.
all or know anything about this?
Or I?
Inani, a nature check with disadvantage, and Damon, just a nature check.
Dirty whore.
Damon has knowledge about monsters, so that is the only reason he is not hitting a disadvantage.
First one was halfway decent. 7. Fuck you.
7. No, you don't.
What about me?
Damon, on the other hand, while this one doesn't look exactly familiar, you do know that in the Shadowfell there is a very similar Titan-like creature that you could occasionally see wandering. Generally, you know the one in the Shadowfell is very hostile, but this one doesn't seem to have been attacking you yet, so you're not entirely sure, but you're kind of making the connection that is similar to one that your uncle has told you about in the show.
I've heard stories of giant titans such as this. I advise caution because I have heard that they're quite hostile. This one seems to be more curious, though.
Hoping for the best here.
Why did we fly towards it?
Curiosity.
I like look at Inani. I'm like, what?
If I didn't feel like my God wanted me to be here, we'd be halfway home by now.
You know what David just did? This is like when somebody in the office does something silly and David just looked at Inani like Jim looks at the camera and just like,
Yes.
That's so true.
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
Let's make the best of it.
How do you make the best of this huge fucking thing?
We're gonna
all right,
try.
we will now go back to Jin. we'll hop back to Jin. So as that was going on, Jin, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna answer its question. I'm not a disrespectful fuck. Alright. So I'm gonna be like, I am an elf. We are looking for one of our friends. You wouldn't have happened to see another person flying around here, would you? They would not be in a castle.
Hello, little elf boy. I've seen many tiny things on my way. Pacific.
Probably
I
something
figured.
flying. Are there any like birds or anything here? Like,
Yeah, there's flying creatures.
fuck. But I can't be very specific. The story of this is kind of odd. But what are you?
I am the Feywild Primordial.
Oh. Do I know anything about a Feywild Primordial?
Give me a history check.
Oh, sure.
So it's kind of striking your mind. Obviously, the primordial is the name of a whole sect of language, normally reserved for things like elementals and things like that. Primordials are a sort of giant titan that there's one for every single plane. You know that they're just kind of they've been there since the planes have existed, kind of deal.
Diablo.
Yeah.
I don't know what questions this thing would have answered.
I mean, what are we looking for here, Jim? Are we
You are
looking
not there.
For...
You
Oh,
don't get
fuck.
here.
Never mind.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Get out of here with your awful
That was
voice.
weird.
Get out of my head.
It was a weird pigeon. It sounded like
the pigeon.
Wow.
Woohoo!
Where would this friend be going?
That is also a thing we do not know.
you do
We
know.
thought there.
You do know.
Where they could be going? Where he could be
To
going?
the Summer Court of the Fae.
Okay. We think he's heading towards the Summer Court of the Fae.
What a coincidence. That is where I'm going.
Twinsies.
Why are you heading there?
The Winter Court would like to set a delegation. The Summer Court. The mortals on the material plane have destroyed the barriers. The
Oh.
Winter Court would like to start a war with the material.
Start a war? Did you say?
The delegation will be to decide whether this war
You're breaking out.
simply
Asian.
the messenger.
I am now giving them the gym look.
Well, are we heading the right direction to the Summer Court of Fae? We going the right way? Any turns we need to know about?
He starts pointing a direction.
Can follow me or head in that direction yourselves. I'll see you eventually.
Is there anything we should be worried about, or things that we need to before we're able to go there?
I would bring a gift for the Archfey there.
Okay.
Where do we get a gift?
The Lady of Flowers tends to like sweets. Start there.
Not flowers. Okay. Let me consult my friends real quick, and then we'll decide if we want to hitch a ride with you or.
Hey,
Yes.
you don't happen to have any rocks, do you?
Any what?
Hooks,
Rocks.
rocks. If Vada was there, he would just knock on Michael's head and just like, we got one right here.
Classic.
That's how Dan's gonna get his puns out. He's just gonna say, if Fado was...
Yeah.
Well, if Fado was here...
Oh, this would be going very differently.
I honestly heard Crocs as well.
Oh.
So like the shoe.
Rocks.
Oh, rocks. Okay.
The
I'm not
shoe.
sure. Let me go check. How big of a rock do you need?
Preferably one bigger than that castle you called it.
I think that's a hard possibility of happening, but I'll go check.
The ground here tastes terrible.
I bet. Okay, I'll head to everybody. These losers.
Okay. Jin heads down after that riveting conversation.
Hey guys. Good news. We're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, we heard. I think the entire neighborhood heard.
Just making sure. Hey, you guys are up! Surprise!
I just kind of give him like the stare of like, are you really fucking saying that right now?
Good, you guys are up. I'm glad he didn't wake you up by any means. But yeah. So one, do we have any big rocks? I think I already know the answer, but who knows?
That would be a negative.
How
I
about
just got here
Claudia? You
hours
got
ago.
Claudia, you got any big rocks in your bag of holding?
Oh, I got lots of rocks. What size you need?
I got lots of rocks.
What's the biggest one you got?
She pulls out like a tiny rock. Does this work?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. I'll just put it in my pocket.
Jin,
I have a bag. All right, I'll just put it in that.
Jin.
What?
I advise that we press on. It seems like this
pretty
primordial
slow.
entity goes at a slow pace.
But we don't have a gift.
Yeah, we need to know where to get one.
Yeah, they can't
You
say
said
that I have a
like
gift.
sweets.
I don't think we're gonna find sweets here.
Yeah, there's no like shops in the Feywild.
Do
And
I mean,
I feel like
Yeah.
if we're in a party with this primordial, you know, we won't need a gift ourselves.
That's true.
we could just say we're with him.
That would be kind of unbelievable, seeing as we're not even from this plane.
We can hide in the shrubbery and everything.
But he does bring up a good point that if we must bring a gift to this court, or they won't see us if we don't have one. This entity lives here. He might be able to provide us with information on this.
I guess we
What
could always
gift?
ask if he has an extra gift.
Or like where we could find one.
Yeah. But we need to make sure we know if we trail off of our direction. We need to know. Keep track of where we need to go.
I think I could help with that. I'm pretty good with direction.
Okay. Because even a few degrees could screw us up.
So why not just follow this guy? How long is it gonna take for us to get there with him?
He's really slow. we did catch up to him, so I would say probably like 4 times as long, I'm guessing.
No, not nearly that much longer.
Better safe than sorry.
Anybody else want to talk to the primordial?
I guess
Better
so.
do.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
How far away is he from us? If I go to the top,
If you go to the top piece, you guys pulled up within like 100 meters, give or take. You can definitely scream out, and he can hear you. You're like close to him. Like to him, it's like here. But I mean, to you guys, you're kind of away. But to him, it's almost like if you're hovering right here in your face, and he's just like speaking to you.
Primordial. What happens if we do not bring a gift to the summer court of the Fae?
Is that a different one?
Yeah.
I run up. I'm like, yes, he's my friend. He has questions.
Oh, there's 2 of you now.
Oh, there's lots of us.
Ew.
If you don't bring a gift, likely can't even get in.
Okay.
Could you think of anything that we might be able to bring in order to gain acceptance into the court?
We don't know where sweets are.
Do you have any spare magic items? Magic quandaries?
Do we?
Favors to give?
Maybe. Let's see.
Is any of the armor that we've like discarded and stuff magic?
I mean, we have
The
some.
bow, headband of intellect, anything
Yeah.
that the cape that wasn't destroyed when Valen died.
Yeah, I guess Valen's shit. We don't know where he.
Let's just
we don't know
ditch
you're dead,
Valen's
right?
shit.
Do we even know he's dead, Valen?
No, you guys don't know actually what happened to Valen.
So I
You're-
feel like
Right
shouldn't
now,
give that shit away.
because of Fado, you suspect that Valen made a deal with the Sahalan, but you don't actually know.
But we also have shit that I'm sure we don't actually use.
Not really.
I don't think so.
Most of it's garbage or worth money.
You know? Also,
We use all of our
don't
magic
you
items.
dare get rid of my boots of Elvenkind. I will murder you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what Valen would say if Valen was here.
What about any of the magic items that we may have bought from what's her name?
Green Knight?
Yeah, Greennet.
I mean, we use all of it. That's the thing. Like, I'm looking at the haversack. Like, the only thing that, like, is of interest is we have dragon parts. But I don't know
What about
if that's...
Staff of the Feywood?
That's Fado's.
Wait, we don't use shit.
I'm
But
pretty
Fado
sure
doesn't
we
have
did
it. Huh?
No, all of that got destroyed, didn't it?
And if it's
No, the
magical.
magic items didn't get destroyed, but you guys
Okay.
gave Fado his stuff back.
Oh,
Yeah. I took my shit.
motherfucker.
Do we use Shard of the Ice Rune? Because I know I'm not attuned to it anymore.
No,
No, we never used it. We could give
What
that-
about Brooch of Shielding? Is anybody using that?
Where
I don't
the hell
think-
do you even see that?
Boom.
What am I attuned to?
I don't know, that's in my journal.
No.
No,
Oh, I'm looking at... Okay.
I have Torque of the North Star and Cloak of
We
Protection.
also have Circlet of Blasting.
That's Fado's.
No.
But Shard of the Ice Rune, none of us use it. That I know for sure, certain.
I don't care, that's fine.
Okay, we could give him the brute. I'm pretty sure Fado also has the amulet against brute detection and location. To make it a little bit, I'm pretty sure he's got that.
I don't know.
So, the Ice Rune I'm pretty sure I would have it because I was attuned to it.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
we could give him the ice rune. We have a cloak of protection. I don't know if anyone has that on.
Jin does.
Jen does.
Yeah.
The sentinel shield.
Pykel.
Oh.
Chime of opening.
Just get the ice rune.
Yeah,
Fine.
it works, I guess. It's something. It's like supposed to be kind of strong too, I think.
It's not bad. But a lot of the stuff the reason I don't use it is because a lot of the stuff I already could kind of do.
And we also have the opal of the Eild's rune. I don't know if anyone uses that.
Is that the fire one?
Yeah.
Miller used that to enchant his crossbow. So you actually.
Oh, that's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. Okay. Well, we could give that, I suppose.
Okay. Do you think this would work? It's a magic shard.
It's a. Oh, I don't know what it is.
It gives magical properties to whoever who is attuned to it.
That should work.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, what's your name, by the way? Oh, that's not how he'd say it. Entity, what is your name so that we might know it?
I don't have a name. You may
Okay.
call me whatever you.
Oh God, I wish you asked for that.
If Fauna was here.
Okay. Well, we'll think of something.
Okay.
I think we're gonna go on ahead.
Prime. Let's call him Prime,
Let's call him
Yeah.
Treebeard.
because he's a primordial.
Because he sounds like Treebeard.
We can call him Prime.
Can we call you Prime?
That sounds good to me.
Well,
Wait, let's just go on ahead.
He's slowly starting to turn down.
I guess we know which way in which we need to go, so
I think we're good.
let's go.
Let's go on ahead.
All right. So,
So
Pykel
that's
is
what I
gone.
got woken up for.
Yep.
Pykel is
going back
gone,
and back.
and he's piloting this fucking castle.
Did we get our long rest yet?
No.
Alright,
So
we'll go
when
down
you go back to
Michael,
Jin finish out
convey
his
which
time.
way we want to go.
Jin has to finish his long rest.
We all need to finish our long rest. Oh,
Michael's
nice.
back.
Oh, there we go.
Sorry for the delay there. I
Hey, what you got on underneath?
Absolute ejection.
All right, Pykel, I need you to make a perception check since you are now piloting the ship away.
Oh yay, perception. Ha! We crash.
Use your D20, you whore.
All right, let me do that.
Can he?
Sure. He hasn't gotten a roll yet.
It's a 10.
Well, it's an 11.
Yeah. No.
So
It would be 11.
we got it. We should
+1.
probably go with
Nope, you get an 11.
right on. We wreck.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
That's some funny shit. Okay. So, you start taking off in the direction that the primordial pointed you to. Nothing seems to happen, and given that you know you were going in the right direction, you're pretty glad that something was able to point you in the right direction, because you are still not able to tell the difference in where you're going. Everything is starting to look like you're not moving at all. and it's starting to get to the point of where you think it would be sunrise if you were in the material plane, but of course there's no change in lighting, and everybody is starting to wake up.
I'm going to concentrate and drop one of my other spells to go with that, so you're aware. I am not taking divination because, to my knowledge, we found out the direction we need to go.
Okay.
Hey, Kim, how you doing?
Oh. I wake up and make my way to whatever resembles a kitchen on this floating castle.
Okay.
And if is there any form of liquid that halfway resembles like water or possibly like a milk or any?
Yeah, you do see a couple barrels full, like giant sized barrels, keep in mind. And you think that you kind of tapping on it, listening in, it sounds like there's liquid in it, but I mean, these barrels are
Oh man,
taller than you.
I would like
I
to
am
tap it
surprised. There have
and
been
drink
sometimes.
whatever comes out.
Still kicking.
Okay.
Valen,
It is water.
yeah, Valen's dead.
Oh,
But
Make a Constitution check.
Otto
I
is
do.
going
Yeah.
mad. But other than that, we're pretty good.
Oh, much better. Oh, I'm a little bit cold now. I make my way to. I just wander around the castle at this point in time because I have no idea where I'm going. And
Okay.
I'm just looking and just
Get
kind
some
of
of these
exploring.
rolls down. Let me try to get some rolls.
So you're wandering around
Five,
this first floor.
6,
After
3,
doing that, you notice there's stairs
10.
leading up, and so you're having to like
5,
push yourself up because these
4,
stairs are built for giants. So it's more
1,
like rock climbing than actually taking stairs.
10.
Slowly go up and go to the
Why the
second
fuck
floor.
am I
You
at
notice
this?
some like
20.
dead bodies
Finally got
that
20.
they haven't really messed with.
Brett
Starting
got
to
me a
look
set of
little
dice
right.
for early birthday gift, so
You
been
notice
practicing that.
what looks to be a suit of armor made of like obsidian that's just laying there. on the
No,
floor.
Damon.
I just keep wandering.
Okay.
I'll be in my room, anxiously cleaning my weapons.
All right. Damon is sitting there. In this
Everyone else is probably
room
really
on
confused
his
by me
bed,
saying that.
wiping
but
down his
I will let
sword.
them.
You
ponder.
notice that it's got a very glorious silver polish to it, almost if it's not made of just steel, as if it's been silver plated. And then you notice he's starting to wipe down the whip, which always seems to
Hi, what are you
faintly
doing on my
shine
computer?
with like this
Oh,
acidic oil look to
oh,
it.
come here.
Oh, it's a kitty.
Yeah, it's Lena.
Oh.
She was on my computer.
Okay.
Fabulous.
Pykel or Jin, which one of you is continuing to?
I mean, could I take a long rest or something?
You got your long rest.
Yeah, then I can continue.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check then.
Rolling with the D20 here,
Get it, girl.
and I rolled a 20. So.
Woo!
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 Get it.
Back again.
Oh
Proud.
Lena was the good luck charm. Yeah.
So not long after everybody started waking up, you do notice at first when you heard Summer Court, you thought, oh, maybe I should look after a building. And then you realize that this is the Feywild. Probably not buildings.
It's the food.
as
I
you
have a
notice
rotisserie
that
chicken over here.
The landscape around you starts to look. It starts to take on these weird sort of patterns. You're noticing like this almost volcanic look leading into like a desert oasis, and then like a weird lake sitting in the middle. And you're starting to see all this big conglomeration of all sorts of different terrain in a very small area. And that is probably the biggest shift in terrain that you've seen so far. and it stands out to you. And
He's giving me purse.
you, using the kind of eagle-eyed vision that this crystal gives you, you look down and you notice that there are small humanoid-looking figures and other bestial creatures looking dotted among this small bit of land with all sorts of weird terrain going on. Like this dot of land is maybe like half a square mile. It's really not that big. And then it's got any sort of terrain you could think of all meshing together.
Pretty. So, I'm just gonna keep on keeping on.
Okay?
I guess.
You're gonna pass it?
Wait.
What does that
That's
mean?
the only thing that has stood out to you for this
Oh.
entire trip.
Alright. Never mind, I'm gonna go towards it.
Okay. And you did see like humanoid creatures in it, so
Alright, yeah. My bad.
okay. How are you approaching it?
Cautiously.
Are you going to fly above it and then land? You're gonna fly outside of it and land? Or...
We could land, like, right outside of it.
Okay. So you fly outside of it and you start to descend in the castle. And as you do, you are noticing that there appears to be a fairly large party of centaurs with bows kind of in their hands. Then you notice what appears to be a couple of humanoids, relatively tall. Probably you would estimate maybe about your height, a little bit taller in that range. Decked out in these luscious furs. They have like a greenish hint to their skin. And this kind of stands out to you because they look like the Fae in Fado's village. They look related to the Fae in Fado's village somehow. And they come out and they're kind of aimed at you. All the centaurs are ready to fire, but they haven't done anything yet as you were looking at the castle.
Is there any way I can communicate with them that we're not hostile?
Nope, not yet. Not unless somebody went out on the balcony and started speaking to them.
Is
This
anybody
when I
willing to
happen
do
to show up and just like, hey guys, this.
got a bunch of centaurs with, you know,
Fuck are those?
set up. Half horse, half man. Half man, half bear, half pig.
I have heard of this Al Gore before.
Alger.
Alger, my
I've
bad.
actually killed a few in my day.
Kitty's trying to roll the dice.
Okay, what do we? Do we need to talk to them? Or
Yes.
What are we
We should
doing?
parlay with them.
Yes, if we could relay that we come in peace, that would be great. Nope.
Oh, go for it. I'm not very good with speaking to people.
Did I ever ask you guys, like, do you guys have a name or something that, like, a group name? You seem like
Yeah, they don't have a group name yet. It's called. They said it's to be determined. So
No, that's our name.
name yet.
Wait. So they haven't made the name yet. So
No. Our name is made. Hey. Our name is made. It's to be determined.
That is the
What I
name.
said. That is literally what I just said.
That is the
That you still have to come up
Hi,
with your
Kitty.
name.
No, that is the name.
Wait.
You guys are fucking retarded.
So
We are the legendary adventuring group to be determined.
I look at Damon.
the nanny again.
I look at Damon and I say, like, a small little, like, crack, like a smile just appears on my face. I'm like these guys.
These people have killed a dragon.
And they have moxie.
Technically, they killed like 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, more than one.
What's in a name?
Well,
Hey,
That's
that's
the name,
from
it's the name.
Castlevania.
huh?
What's in a name?
Castlevania.
Yeah, Dracula has like a mom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I know his
well,
his voice is freaking
okay.
hilarious. I love
Would
it so
y'all-
much.
Would you all mind if we came down together and I spoke to them?
I'm
I
down.
told you, I'm not very good with speaking to people, so
Well,
whatever.
I need you for the body, you know.
I mean, I didn't know you swung that way, but sure. good, yeah.
Alright. Do I have like...
Swung that way.
We go down.
Okay.
Were
As
you here for the beginning of this, Kim?
descend down. You start to step out of the castle.
Yeah, rainbows.
One of them, a big, kind of burly-looking guy. He almost looks like he's part bear. Same greenish skin, glyphs on his skin. He's probably like 8 foot tall, so he dwarfs even Pykel by a pretty substantial amount. Very broad-shouldered, thickly muscled, and he's got the 2 humongous axes in his hands.
I lean into
Oh.
Michael and
It's
say,
unfortunate.
"Is this the man bear pig you were talking about?"
Looks like an Alger to me.
Hmm,
No, that's most
Thank
definitely
you.
not an Elgar.
Um,
you lied to me, Michael.
and
I'm not the hunter here. I specialize in killing dragons.
Fair enough.
He speaks to you. You come to
I used
the halls of the summer court of the Fae. State your business and proceed to give your gifts.
I
I
He said gift like it's supposed to be plural.
am Damon Armitage of
am.
the House Armitage of Kunald and the Prime Material Plane, coming on behalf of the legendary adventuring group, named to be determined,
Yes.
and we're here to parley with the halls of the summer. We believe that one of our members is here, and we have a gift to present. And I motion to Jin.
You wouldn't happen to be party to Fado, would you?
Is that his
That
name?
would be
Yeah,
his
that's
name.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is indeed our companion.
Thank God he knows the name.
Then give your gift, leave it at our feet, and you may enter.
I asked
I think-
Fado at the very beginning how we go there. Like I used my last level 3
Motion
spell.
for Jin.
And because I didn't say my name, he responded, "Who is this?"
Okay, how do you place the?
Damn.
Because Damon here is giving the very royalty like stature, I guess. I'm going to like hold it with like both hands, like go up and like kneel and bow kind of at the same time, set it down at their feet, just like step away. All.
He just kind of looks down at you. Doesn't say anything. Seems that was probably what you should do.
Very well.
May we pass?
Am I still in a ship?
Now you're with us.
Alright.
You may enter the halls of the summer court.
I thank you.
He just watches as you guys walk in. The area that you guys are at the moment, it looks almost like a volcanic terrain. Like you see little oozes of magma underneath the ground. It doesn't feel hot, strangely enough. It has the appearance that like hot lava is flowing through the ground underneath you as you're walking in. And as you continue to walk a little further, now it's starting to look like this weird desert oasis. When you see this crystal clear blue pool with beautiful pillars with all sorts of filigree and artwork climbing up them. And then near that pool, you see Fado. Those of you that recognize what Fado looks like. And next to Fado, you recognize his mother, who appears to be in some sort of wheelchair-like contraption. And she looks like she is now missing one of her legs. And then you also see what appears to be Fado's dad. And Fado's dad has an eye patch over his left eye.
So my parents are badasses now.
Yeah, your parents look like badasses now.
They've leveled up a couple.
Damon's parents or Fado's parents?
Fado's.
Fado is me.
I know. I'm just harassing.
So that is what you see instantly sitting around this desert oasis-like pool.
So, are you gonna introduce us here, Michael, or
Any of you guys who recognize
Damon and Anani have never seen these people before in their
I know.
I was about to.
Yeah.
I still have some hard feelings, so
Claudia,
if I was to do it, I'd do it.
Photo.
Yeah, Claudia would literally just run over to him. Photo!
I'm smelling.
I smell photo.
I look at Damon and I go, guys,
Photo, you smell like
guys
flowers.
aren't very good at introducing each other, are they?
They're very much not.
This photo, you smell like flowers.
Oh, hey, what's up, Claudia? I knew you guys were gonna come here.
How does Grievnak react?
Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot
Grievnak,
Grievnak was there.
Grievnak was there. I was just losing my voice that session, so I was like really trying to hold back on that. Grievnak's during that, since I really didn't want to wear out my voice, she was kind of off with the Jinn. She was kind of wary. She didn't think that Fado, because she knows disintegrate. So she knows that you can't bring somebody back from disintegrate. So she is very wary, and she's still not very trusting. She steps down. She's like, I still don't think that's Fado. I think there's something wrong, and it took Valen.
I'm still gonna look like sort of pissed because one, he just kind of left. You know, we should probably ask about that. Just saying, but yeah.
I say, so you don't recognize my voice, Fado?
No, of course. Well, okay, Michael, we've known each other for a long time, right? Have you met me before? Like, come on.
That was my last 3rd level spell, you dick.
I didn't know that.
What if we got lost?
I knew you guys are very capable. You got here. I just couldn't help messing with
You think he didn't want
You
to
are
be found,
talking
huh,
about-
Michael?
Guys, right? When you say capable.
Could be.
No, I think.
Thank you, Dave.
Here, he absolutely recognized your voice, Michael, and
Oh, I totally did.
I think he just didn't want us to find him.
No.
Then why'd you leave without telling us?
Like, I guess when he would say that, Fado's face would, like, darken a bit, and he'd say, well, after I came back, it's been kind of recently very difficult to adjust, and sometimes my sanity slipped away a little bit. I know that sounds like, oh, it's all bullshit, but I mean, you try coming back from the dead with so I was not in control of my faculty.
Wait, you're undead as I kind of start to like bristle a little bit and kind of look like I'm about to catch fire.
I'm not undead. I'm just
You
not
just said you
dead
came back from the
anymore.
dead.
Yeah, haven't you ever heard of resurrection?
Well, yeah, but that's an affront to Shakal.
No, it's not.
It can be.
No,
Undead.
Undead, yes.
And that's the route that I'm going is...
Resurrection is something you have to convince Shokal to do.
Well, okay, so it's not... So necessarily it's not an affront, but it's not something she agrees.
It's something you have to convince her that your time wasn't...
Well,
Your time wasn't-
You weren't finished.
You weren't
Right.
fit. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I just figured that because of that, she's not usually a fan of going back. But fair enough. And I kind of go back to my normal color. Like, I've got my eye on.
Well, Nani, you see, the original Fado, I'm still not admitting this one is the real one.
I don't think it's the real one either.
The real one was killed by Disintegrate, the spell.
Interesting.
And our friend Valen just so happened to disappear at the exact same time that this Fado appeared.
Did I know that? I don't remember.
Yeah, the Valen disappeared.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah, because Jin ran down to see Valen and was like, dude, where the fuck is Valen? All of his stuff is here. And then he came up and he was even more suspicious of you.
Yeah, okay, that's right.
Would I have ever heard of Valen? I know I don't really hear of, like, Kunald or anything like that.
No.
Or whatever one it is, but yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Look, guys, Fado says. Okay.
Actually, what I'm gonna have you do is, Inani, go ahead and make a perception check. This is gonna be a retroactive perception check to see when they were carrying Valen's stuff, if you saw his holy symbol.
Okie dokie. Oh fuck, my perception's the bomb. 11.
11?
Yeah.
No, you didn't see it. So okay, ignore that.
Look,
But yeah, you're a wisdom caster. Of course, your perception's good.
guys. It seems like I understand your trepidation. I think we all do. Like, makes sense. But it seems like you only have two choices. You could either fight me and risk fighting someone that you've known for months and months and fought and lived beside, or you can accept that I'm here and I want to make a difference. Those are your two choices.
Damon, you've
Well,
been,
we're not fighting
What
here.
happened with
you've
Valen?
been pretty quiet
do
this
I.
entire time.
What?
I said, Damon, you've been pretty quiet this entire time.
Look, Anani.
Now you have to do it. Welcome to my world, bitch.
My name is
Oh.
Anani.
Oh my god.
I just would like to go back to Kunaut, okay?
Well, maybe we can. Now that
This
we
is a
found-
farce.
Now that we found their group.
And then Fado's like, yeah, this guy, he knows what's up. This is a farce.
This is the best. God damn it.
He sounds a little bit like you, Damon.
You know,
Listen,
sometimes he
Fado.
does.
That shit that Countess Ansuri did
Mhm.
led these people from a whole different continent into the Feywild.
I believe King Hecaton mentioned something like a different continent. I don't really know anything about that, but they were, what do you mean led?
They were found unconscious in a forest. Long ways are here.
How did you guys arrive here in the Feywild? That should be difficult to do.
I don't know, there's a portal. That's all I can recall.
Can I look towards like the rest of the people that I'm with?
Mm-hmm.
Like, see, like I give them a look like, See? All this shit I've been telling you is happening now. I don't know if they're like... I don't know. But,
Damon, what were you doing before this shit happened?
well... What was I doing? I was
Fighting in a temple.
No, we changed that.
You got got attacked by some like
Yeah.
undead or like Shadowfell beasts relatively close to your house, which kind of made you a little suspicious. Like what this blighted land should be protected kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then you got sucked in.
I convey that to them. I was fighting beasts from another plane called the Shadowfell, close to my ancestral lands, and I'm very uneasy. They should not have been there. And if I was just like, see? So, I did not come here of my own volition. If anything, I would like to go.
Greavenack turns to you, Damon. Greavenack turns to Damon. You! Was the portal to the Shadowfell near your home?
Yes, my family helps protect it.
Shit. It may have been attacked by giants.
By giants? That's weird to me, isn't it?
Yes.
What would giants have anything to do? Like, in Kunal, aren't giants just like, oh, what's up, guys? I'm giants.
No, in Kunal, the only giants that are known to be there are Cloud and Storm. And Cloud and Storm are very, very aloof.
Yeah, giants have really nothing to do with anything that goes on in Kunal. They just live among their clouds and their mountains, do as they wish.
That castle that we stole is a cloud giant castle from a cloud giant wizard named Countess Sensori.
Yes?
She has been trying to destroy the plains. She's destroyed the barrier. She did it to the Feywild.
All more reason for me to go home.
May not have a home to go back to, Damon.
Well, it's my duty.
That giant thing mentioned a war.
What?
The giant thing that we were talking to earlier mentioned
primordial.
Yeah, the whole reason that we're here, well, no, that he was coming here, and that the Winter Court wishes to wage war with...
On the material plane.
Yes.
Does Fado and the rest of us know that?
No, that's actually a shock to you.
Yeah, we're like, oh! We're aghast. Fado was drinking something as you said it, and
he spits it right into Pykel's face.
Your mom faints.
Yeah.
And I thought she was a badass. I was mistaken.
Was it her in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my ma.
It's dangerous if she faints.
Wait, you're telling me, oh, this is Fado, that the Winter Court wants to wage war on the Prime Material? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Like, I know the barriers are down, but we need to consolidate ourselves here, not go on a stupid ass war for no fucking reason.
And your mom kind of speaks up, and she's like, from what I heard, around the court, they said that Valinor had been slain by mortals.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell
you
him
guys did that.
Look,
I don't know how much Fado had said, but I doubt that him and his buddies killing the Guardian to the Feywild was one of them.
No, you're right. Who's around us?
I'm gonna roll. I'll roll the perception check. What is Fado's perception? As far as Fado can tell, nothing at the
Nothing
moment.
surrounds it. So even still, knowing that this is the Feywild and nothing's as it seems, he like lowers his voice and my earrings are gone.
Yes.
Fuck.
Hey, buddy.
Can he like react that way? Realize like, oh, my earrings are gone. Oh no.
Yeah. I was gonna touch him. I'm like, fuck.
Michael, can't you speak telepathically?
I can cast that spell to speak to a familiar presence, and then my aura.
Extrasensory aura, beginning at 7th level while you are conscious. You
Right.
and friendly creatures and can telepath. So when you're
with-
within 10 feet of Pyko, you can communicate telepathically.
Michael,
To
come
me.
here.
Sup.
Come here.
I walk over.
Okay.
And then using his extrasensory aura, I convey to my mom, I was there when Valinor died. We were actually the ones who did it. He was beyond saving. He was corrupted by magics I've never seen. He was rabid, and it would have been worse if he weren't a hero. As you know, that as druids, like something like that, we need to put it down.
She at first she's like, what? And then she kind of realizes you were speaking with her telepathically, like she was in like, what the fuck? She was like, even still, what you did, that's a grievous insult.
Did she say that loud?
No, she was like, what? And then she realized that she could speak with you telepathically.
Okay. I realize that now, but it couldn't have been helped. It was the right decision at the time.
Well, you might have to do something to stop an all-out war.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what we're gonna try to do.
The summer court seems to not want it, but I don't know about the winter court.
How is it that they would even begin to wage a war if the portal is closed?
Well, from what your friends were saying, portals are opening now.
They seem random, though. From what I understand.
For all we know, the fabric is starting to diminish.
Then you're right. Well, it's not our place to wage a war. It's our place to put it back together. That's the nature of the world, of all the worlds. The barriers are there for a reason.
Well, you'll have to explain that to the delegation that's coming. And we'll say this conversation kind of continued same vein for a little bit longer, and then you
My
That
boy.
would be our friend Prime.
Oh, Prime, I like that name.
To the denizens of the summer court, the winter court would like to start a war delegation, starting immediately.
Man, he was only like 20 minutes behind us.
I know. How is Fado like? What's his like pull here? Is he a part of that? Because have I solidified myself as like the leader of Baye yet, or no?
he could definitely try to get in.
Oh, he totally is.
Okay, and you start to notice that there's like a big huff of activity, and as soon as you look back, where those centaurs and all were, you notice two very regal-looking humanoids. One of them looks very similar to the Fae that was corrupted, that attacked you in Fato's village, that gave you his favor. He's got like a very moon, like his face looks like a bright white. He looks like the moon elves from the Dragon Prince, with very white skin, white hair, very princely. He's wearing a very dark, twilight covered robe. And then a woman who, she almost looks to be made of like flowing water. Not quite a water elemental, but her skin doesn't seem stable. It almost seems like as she steps, there's little ripples coming up through it. Her hair is a very deep blue, and they are standing there. And then seemingly out of nowhere, that same bear-like man that you had seen before, and a woman just absolutely covered in flowers of all sorts of different colors of the rainbow that you'd never even seen before. Flowers that don't look natural to your world at all. She's covered head to toe. Her hair appears to be made out of pure flowers. Even her skin is green, just like she looks like poison ivy almost. They step out and they kind of meet together.
Oh, the call gave me. I muttered something under my breath like, holy shit, she's hot.
This is why we didn't get her flowers.
I would like to retcon something really quick if I could.
Uh-huh.
I did not realize I actually did have a 7th level spell. So I took Regenerate. I would like to cast it on Fato's mom.
Oh, okay.
So at first she wouldn't, but eventually she'll get her limb back.
Okay. So you cast it. She's like, what? What did you do?
Just something my god allows me to do. You'll have your leg back eventually.
I can feel it. It's almost... The feeling is coming back to me, not like the phantom pain. I can feel it coming back.
Does she have a fetus leg?
If I had had the limb here, it would have reattached quickly, but it'll take a little bit of time without it here.
Oh, thank you.
My
I
pleasure.
will go up to him and
Thanks, Shakal. What did you do?
profusely thank you.
No need. Shakal would expect nothing less.
That was the god of my friend. He's good.
Who?
My friend Valen.
Oh, the one who disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
He was his champion. I think.
Really?
Was he that? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was his champion. He served him well in life.
Gee.
Shakal's a goddess.
Or, he served her well in life.
I'm sure he did. And if he's gone, I'm sure he's with her now.
I hope so. Do I know he's not?
No, he's not. What?
Do I know that,
He's in hell, sir.
that he's in hell?
No, at the moment, none of you guys have any talking what happened to Valen. Your prevailing theory is that Valen did something stupid with the Sahalan. But that's because it's literally the only thing that...
Could, yeah, you can see it. I really hope he is.
I will pray for you. That's all I wanted to do.
Okay. So the delegation comes together. Fato kind of steps up, like, yeah, I'm gonna get it. They kind of all look at you like, the fuck?
Wait, did they let me in the door?
It's not a door. There's no doors.
Oh wait, like the delegation is sitting down to discuss.
It is. They are standing outside of the area where you guys walked into the summer.
No. What Fado wants to do is to like get into the meeting.
I know, and they are standing outside.
Oh, really? It's all happening like bing bang boom?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Like that you turned and immediately to the two Archfey that you assume are Winter Court there, and then the two Archfey that you assume are from the Summer are there. It was just like.
I'm sorry, I did not realize that. Well, yeah, I would like. Oh fuck. I need to pull up what I know of the Feywild really quick.
I would follow him. Feywild, don't ask for a favor unless you're willing to follow through on it. They like to make deals, so if you make a deal, expect it to be very binding.
Mm-hmm.
Gifts are a good thing. It can kind of help us satiate some shit once in a while.
And don't accept gifts.
And don't accept gifts because they can come with strings. I don't know if it's true in this or if you would even know this, but a lot of times if you ask them the same question 3 times, they end up having to eventually answering it truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
If you know their real name, you can hold the power over them, but that's usually a bad idea. And that's just from my offhand knowledge. Whether that holds true to this realm or not is a different thing entirely.
Okay. Well, yeah. Fado wants to try and request to be in on behalf of the... Okay. Fado will stand up and he will say, I request to be a part of the meeting on behalf of the Druids of Baye, the keepers of the portal, the original portal to the Prime Material and the Feywild.
That portal is no more. That title will not do here.
And then he'll say, but I have the most experience between both Prime Material and the Feywilds, so my opinion should be heard.
So you wish to speak for all of the material. And then the lady in the flowers. Oh, let's hear what he has. And then the two in the winter two kind of look to each other. And you get the sense that maybe they're communicating, but you're not actually hearing any.
Okay.
They look to you. And the woman. And your friend, am I expecting them to also be coming?
Yes.
I'm like standing right behind him, like, well, duh, we're part of the material plague.
It concerns us all.
I nod.
I will only sit in on this delegation. One of you comes.
Only one?
Only one.
Well, I'm not very smart. I'm out.
I guess it'll be me.
Then I go sit next to Fado's mom and kind of start talking to her a little bit.
You hitting on my mom?
Are
you
No.
trying to fuck my mom?
No, Anani is
Did you fuck my
totally
mom?
Anani is totally stealing glances in that like high school way of like, holy shit, these people are hot and I don't know what to do with my hands at both the summer and winter court.
He is trying to get her leg back, you see.
Now she owes me.
Mm,
Well,
no.
I'll turn to like the other people from Baia that are around. But that's my. I'll be like, I need to go.
Okay. So the delegation begins. I'm not going to do four voices at once, so I'm
That's
just
fine.
going to explain. So there's a little bit of back and the Winter Court is very upfront. At first, they are very, very upfront. They wish to wage war on the material plane because they have found a new portal, one that they've been able to hold steady. And they know that mortals were the ones who slayed in Valen. And then the one who kind of has got watery skin looks to you, Fado, with like a kind of knowing look. She doesn't say anything, but there's like a knowing look, like you did that. And then there's talk going on about how this Feywild is actually starting to bring things from the lower planes into the Feywild and into the material. So it's not skipping the Feywild entirely. There are starting to be demons and devils.
I think
in the
everyone
Feywild
in the
itself
Feywild is
as
like
well.
just ridiculously beautiful.
They're bringing up concerns with that.
So I'm gonna assume yes.
And the Winter Court, they're kind of bringing up the idea of invading into the material plane, securing an area, and using that as the new base of operations for the Fey, and essentially ignoring the Feywild,
right?
letting it be overrun with demons.
Okay.
Fado would know that this isn't an issue of just escaping one plane to the next. Like, unless we deal with the issue at its source, it's gonna happen everywhere.
I agree with that. This
And
robe
then
is comfortable
the,
as
the
heck.
Summer Court is
I'm
starting
just gonna
to bring
throw
back
that
a
out there.
rebuttal. Kind of like they need to find a way to reseal the Feywild, which the Winter Court rebuttals that it shouldn't be possible. There's no Guardian. The Guardian took millennia to create, and a stable barrier could not be built up in time. And it's kind of a lot of back and that, like where the Winter Court's like, no, our way's the fuck the material plane, fuck the Feywild. Summer Court's very much. Okay.
Because that's our job. Like, even if they're like, our job is to protect the portals or portals between the prime material plane and the Feywild. That is our land. Because
That's the agreement. And that's always been the
the Lord of the Moon looks to you, and he says, that was a duty that you took on yourselves. The actual duty was performed by Valinor, which you failed, and you slew him yourself.
Damn it, I was just gonna take responsibility for God damn it.
Tell me how you wish to have protected the portal and then slay the true protector. Now
It is
there are
taking an
devils
ugly
and
turn.
demons coming into the Winter Court. The Summer Court seems to be largely spared.
Lotto will say that you're all Fae, and we'd be trying to secure ourselves before you go and move off. You can't just hop a world and place down like your own standards just willy-nilly. There's so much magic in place. There's so much, and you just give it up to the demons and devils, that will just like make them the winners.
everything will die.
The
You
demons
can't
and devils
submit.
only care about the war between themselves.
Yeah, and it will consume everything. If the demons get the Feywild, then they have more power than the devils. Then they will destroy the devils, then they'll destroy us, then they'll destroy the Celestials. Everything will get fucked. Does that make sense?
And how do you propose we guard this new Feywild portal without a guardian?
We have to break our backs to do it. We had
Mortals,
Valinor, and I
mere
killed
mortals are not strong enough yet.
Alliance.
him. What?
You, he was coughing. He said alliance.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, I know. I'm also trying to lead it.
We need to work together. Yes, we killed Valinor, but not for no reason. Somebody corrupted him. He was a former shell of what he used to be. He would have created a much bigger problem alive than he would have dead. He was not as you would have seen him in the past. It was horrible. And as a druid of the prime material plane, when an animal is diseased and corrupted and only brings death, it has to be put down. And that is our responsibility. We need to take up the slack, pick up the slack that Valinor left. All of us.
All of the Archfae seem a little bit taken aback by that. Like, they didn't quite know that he was corrupted. They had kind of suspected, but they didn't quite know. And then the Lady of Flowers speaks up. Well, we would still need an equally powerful entity to make up the space that Valinor left behind.
What about the combined energy of the Lady of the Summer Court and who rules the Winter Court?
There's two Archfae on
Yeah.
each side. So,
Yeah.
Lord of the Hunt, which is the big bear-looking guy,
Mhm.
Lady of Flowers, who you just spoke to, on the Summer Court side, and then on the Winter Court side is the Lord of the Moon, the guy in the moon robes, and the Lady of the Lake.
Okay. Well, with the strength of four combined Archfey, you could hold that area. If you work together. I know it's not in your nature, but it's also not in your nature to move to the prime material.
They all look kind of disgusted by that notion, but you kind of see them starting to ponder. And the Lady of Flowers looks, and she says, "I can do this. I'm okay with this deal. Consider it a gift to you." She's speaking to the other Archfey. The Lady of the Lake looks, kind of squints her eyes a bit like, "What are you playing at?" And she says, "Very well. I will too agree to this. Consider it a gift to you."
Yeah. Can I cut that off? Can I cut it off?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, when I hear them start talking like that, I'm just, hold on, do I know any decent spells? Not really. Okay. Can I just summon my scary druid magic that's super powerful and make myself seem imposing? And then there is no gifts in surviving. We do this to survive. It's a gift to all of us.
Give me an intimidation check with disadvantage.
I can't.
Oh, right. Your intimidation
Can
is
I roll? It's 2. Oh.
Yeah, it's 2.
1 second. Let me look for my dice. I want to roll this.
You have disadvantage because you are trying to intimidate some
I have what?
4 things that are much more.
Oh yeah, I know. One second. One second. I gotta find my dice real quick.
Oh, take your time, Dan. Don't just. Don't worry, just take your time. We'll wait. We'll wait.
Where'd they go?
Classic.
Time for Pykel to roll for you.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you don't want me to roll for him.
Okay, I can't. Because I don't have my dice, I'm gonna roll like shit now on roll 20. So a disadvantage. But
Yes.
it's +2.
Yes.
Fuck! I wish I gave myself bardic inspiration.
I really wish I would have given you guidance.
18, so that's a 20. Oh god.
Roll high.
No, it's gonna be so bad. It's
No,
gonna be, it's
no,
gonna
roll
be,
high,
it's gonna
don't
be
you-
natural
Fuck!
12.
12. Damn it.
The Lord of the Hunt
Fuck.
looks to you. And then he starts to laugh. I like your style. Very well. It's not a gift. I am in this so long as the other 3 agree to it. No strings attached. And he holds out his hands to the other 3 archfey. The Lady of Flowers is like, dude, what the fuck?
To me?
No, the Lady of Flowers is looking at the hunt like, what the
Oh, okay.
And then she rolls her eyes and sticks her hands in. And then you see the 2 of the Winter Court look at each other, and you're getting like they're communicating without communicating deal again. Just go ahead and give persuasion check, Dan. Your persuasion is +7.
Why didn't we ever let Valen talk? Like, what the fuck?
That's why I would talk so much, because I had that plus stuff. Okay, another 10.
17. Not bad.
And then the 2 Winter Court stick their hands in, and you see almost like these golden chains wrap around all 4 of their hands before disappearing, almost like if it was like a real binding. They turn to you. Very well. And so Fado has now not necessarily made a deal, because Fado was not involved in that deal, but he
Brokered the deal for
orchestrated
them.
it.
he brokered a deal between them.
And I just want to say to them and everybody else, just before, so I can hammer it home, the point of all of this isn't to find a new home. It's to keep the homes we already have. The plains are the way they are for reasons. They shouldn't like meld into each other all willy-nilly. At some places it's unavoidable, but there's hard barriers and they're there for a reason. And it should be like that again.
That's the balance of the world, and that's just nature. And then that's it.
Okay.
I just
So-
wanted a bunch of people to hear that.
Yes. And they hear it. Everybody claps. Like, yeah.
Woo!
That worked.
Woo!
Fido's
You hear
trying
Anani,
really
you hear
hard.
Anani yell, "I'm hitting on your mom." I'm joking. He does not say
I
that.
cast Firestorm on Anani.
Yeah, you're casting Firestorm on a Fire Ganassi?
Yes.
Seems like a good idea. I take showers that are hotter than that, little man.
Are you immune to fire?
No,
No.
but I'm resistant to it.
Okay. Well, okay. That's what I want.
Okay. So Fado kind of announces that lights up the ground a little bit. And Fado's coalition has officially started. Fado walks back to the rest of you. The rest of you don't know exactly what went on, but from the look on Fado's face, it didn't seem to be a bad thing necessarily.
Fucking killed it, boys. Up top, Claudia.
Good job, Fado.
I hold my hand up a little too high, so she has to jump.
Oh, she could definitely.
I know.
And then she's hang on.
Fuck.
Come on. Why you do this?
Why you do this? Why you do this?
My AC is 17.
She rolled a 22 athletics, so that hurt.
Oh. It's like a regular high five from Brett.
Yeah, it was like getting a high five from me.
Whack.
Oh. Hey, Fireboy, you got another regeneration spell?
No, not currently. It would take a long rest. Why? Are you a pussy?
I like this guy.
Claudia looks to you. You want a high five too?
Fuck yeah, I do. And as I smack her again, I heat up my hand a little bit.
She slaps, and before she puts her full force into it, you heat her up her hand, and she's like, "Ooh, that hot."
I do that too! And she tries to do...
Oh, yeah, and then she's like, "I can do that too," and she goes, and she actually gets a pretty sizable flame going. And she, wait, and she tries to hold it, and it disappears for a second.
I put one hand behind my back, and before it disappears, and I help make sure it
Look,
goes.
Photo, I got it. Photo.
Good job, Claudia. I'm proud
And
of
then I release it.
Oh, photo, it went away.
you. I still saw it. You're doing good.
Well done, little one.
I love how Claudia's smart, but we still don't depict her that way.
I know. It's because she's like a dog that knows that she gets a better reaction when she gets lovable and dumb. Like she understands what she's doing, but she's hamming it up.
Fado knows what she's doing. Claudia knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I kind of go back over to Fado's mom, and I look at her. I'm like, are either two of those girls over there single?
I wouldn't recommend that.
No, why not?
Those are Fae.
That means absolutely nothing to me.
Let's just say it wouldn't go over well.
For you.
What if I'm into it?
Do you want to be eternally bound to be a slave to an archfey?
I mean, he kind of already is.
No, I can't believe that my god would like that.
Probably not.
Fair enough.
Hey, Fado,
What's up, Ma?
do you mind introducing me to your two new friends? I haven't seen these two.
Me neither. I don't know these people.
No, I am Anani, and I stick my hand out, and I make sure it's actually like a normal and not like fiery hot.
Nice to meet you, Anani.
Nice to meet you. How's the wedding?
Damon, oh, sorry.
Oh,
You know you're done.
Fado. Do you happen to notice this one
This is great.
worships the same god as Valen? Where is Valen?
Ah,
I honestly don't really know. They just told me he disappeared around the same time. Reappeared.
Oh,
He might have left. His stuff was there though.
Yeah,
Probably did something really stupid.
from what the other group said is that one, and I point to Fido, was dead, and then Valen disappeared and he came back.
now she's just got like a look of like here, like what the fuck? Just like
weird shit's been going on all the time.
And Anani's like just kind of like looking over at like some of the plants now because he has no idea that Fido did not tell her.
But we're gonna try our best to get Valen back, or at least find out what happened.
Oh,
And Mom,
okay.
I just want you to know that I'm ready. Like my Tosh Teal's over.
Oh, that's wonderful. And right at
this
that
is
moment,
fitting music.
Oh, Jesus, Fado! Are these your parents?
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Greenback, pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, this is our friend Grievneck. She's a goblin.
I always see that.
She's
That's
a pretty cool
fascinating.
wizard.
I've never seen a goblin. So,
Not horrible.
What? Yeah, goblins are a bit of a dick.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's smart.
She just wants the booty.
True.
So she shakes your mom's hand. And it, funny enough, Grievnack is being surprisingly charming with your mom.
Dang.
Your mom seems to like her.
Oh no.
Okay. We're gonna have some green babies soon.
Okay. So.
Yeah, and Damon introduced himself too. I'm Damon Armitage. I want to go home.
I want to go home.
No, he didn't say that. He's just like, well, he's kind of gathered that they are like him in that they protect the prime material, and he respects that. He's like, I respect the work that you all did trying to protect the prime material. I've done the same on my side of the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, Grievneck needs to get on that.
So. Why not?
David, I can transport us home and up to 4 other people who want to go visit our continent, but
That's what. Wait. So this is what your god. How do you know this? Trokal wanted you to see.
what?
This is
Wait.
you've completed what Trokal wanted you to do here.
I don't believe I've completed, but I do know we have things that need to be taken care of at home, and I believe that we will come together again at some point in time. You gotta have faith.
Okay. Well, we can stay here, I guess, even though I've been complaining about how.
It's up to you.
Also,
but
a lot of that is retconned because I kind of changed what. So I
You
wasn't
changed
such
what?
a cock.
Okay.
I retconned my. I think we mentioned like my seeing my family's castle destroyed. Now I just think that something's wrong instead of I know that it's fucked.
Right. Fair enough.
So Damon will say like, "Well, we can spend a night here." I assume. Do I know about the time shit?
Nope. Fado does.
Yeah, Fado will go over and he'll tell you like, "Hey man, like when you guys go back to the Prime Materia plane, it might not be the same time you did. Time works weird here."
Which would ring in Damon's ear because he knows the shadow.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, that's how the Shadowfell looks."
Does anybody have a tuning fork, or do you know where I can get one? Because I can take plane shift after a long rest.
Fado has
More
no.
of us on
Fado's
up here.
tuning fork got destroyed
Yep.
because it was on him. And I'm like, no, I don't. I used to have one.
I am always in perfect tune with pipes. This would work.
Greenneck's like, if you gather the materials, I could make one.
What are the? What are
I
the
just need some. I need some iron or steel.
Fado's like, "You're not gonna find any of that here." Yeah, that's like some black market shit or something. No. Hey guys, so from what Fado says, he'll say, honestly, like you're not going to be able to plane shit. I don't think there's any way of getting a tuning fork because
Grievenack,
well, these Fae don't like the iron.
Yes.
I have a crowbar.
Well,
That could work.
You put that shit away, Pyko. You don't let any of them see that.
that's like
Okay.
fucking bringing out a crucifix in front of a coven of vampires and throwing holy water and garlic at them at the same time.
Yeah, Fado, with your passive perception, you easily see Pykel starting to, and then you're like, no.
I hold personally his ass.
And then you're like, maybe let's go into the castle.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
You go into the castle, and Greenneck starts working, and you're noticing it starts to change shape, and it becomes a tuning fork. And then she spends another hour or so. Okay, yeah, yeah. So, and then you notice if Fado is chatting up first character is not here because. And then Fado learns that Moore's character is a draconic sorcerer. His heritage comes from a shadow dragon, a dragon blessed, corrupted by the Shadowfell. So Fado's kind of learning that his character used to basically do the job of Baye, except for the Shadowfell. And then Greenneck finishes her ritual. She holds it to you, Father. Just like this should do the trick. Fado. I would attune to the crystal of this castle and then cast it.
Wait.
I have a feeling.
Oh yeah, go ahead. I don't want this fucking castle. Also, I'm gonna stay.
I reach out and grab the tuning fork.
Well,
Grieveneck's gonna cast it.
no, she was holding it to you so that you could cast it. Greenneck doesn't have that spell.
Oh wait, me? Oh, who? Wait, I'm confused.
She held the tuning fork to Fado
Oh.
and said, when you cast this, make sure you tune to the crystal of the castle.
Oh.
He had a feeling.
Well. Okay.
Do you think that it'll bring the castle with Green One?
Hold on. Can you make two by any chance?
Do you got more metal?
Oh god. Oh, that's great. Does Fado have metal? I'm sure we have some fucking kind of metal.
Not knowing any better, Anani looks down and says, "Yeah, actually, my shield, it's just a shield." And I hand it to her.
And she looks to you like,
I can get one back in the other place.
Does anybody have any non-magic metal?
Wait, what?
I have a
This
regular
thing
shield.
fucking reeks of magic, dude.
Oh, well,
It's-
never mind. And I take it back.
I still have my original shield.
This is true. That was not magic.
Correct.
Huh? It's a few dents in it, but this'll do.
She takes it, and she takes the next couple hours to make another tuning fork. This time.
Because the thing is, I guess I could take you guys back, but I have to stay here. I have to
Well-
help.
With a long rest, I can cast plane shift, so I can take at least one group back with me.
Oh, you can take everybody, can't
But
you?
I think, well,
No, you
We-
can take everybody.
promise to take that other castle with us,
Yeah, the other castle.
so we might need some help with that.
Wait, what? Oh, for the other one.
Yeah, we promised the fire dragon, which I don't know. I just know that we need to take both of them back.
We have 2 castles?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Sam
right.
Ceres and then the other castle that came up to us.
Okay, that's right.
I forgot about that. That was great.
I did. Well,
Brett didn't.
ha!
Good job, DM. Good job.
Okay. Well, okay, then I'll do the other one, I suppose. But, Fado will go on to say, I have to come back, because I need to reconvene with the people here. I have some stuff that I have some unfinished business. So I won't be able to travel with you guys for the time being.
It's been an honor to meet Fado.
hmm And then he'll go up to each individual person. I'll start with Claudia. I'll be like, Claudia, well, I'm not going to be around for a while, okay?
Where are you going?
I have to stay here with my family, but I'll see you guys hopefully soon.
Okay, I practice magic.
Please do. I'd like to see your progress.
Okay.
And then he'll go up to Pike'll, and I'll say, Pike,
Fado.
pleasure traveling with you. Sorry I made fun of you so many times, but you were a really easy target.
I wrap him in a bear hug.
Huh?
Only partially because he's so big.
I give another jovial laugh and I wrap him in a hug. And then I tell him to stay safe.
I'll go up to Graveneck too. I'll be like, "Yep, you're great. You got along with my mom. That was very nice. But I got some stuff here to do. I'll see you soon if I need some shit."
Sad to see you go, but I understand.
I'll go up to Jin too. I'm like, "You think I'm still Fado or not?"
What was that?
I go up to Jin and be like, "You think I'm still Fado or not?"
Nope.
Nope. Well, that sucks because I am. Well, I'm gonna say bye to you anyway because friends. And I give him a big hug.
I just like sit there like a plank.
Dang, you cold, dude.
Yep.
I'll see you soon, bud. Love you.
All right.
Fado, don't you have to plane shift the other castle?
Yeah,
He's
no, I'm
doing
gonna
that,
do it.
and he's going back.
Yeah, then I'm
Oh.
going back. I'm not gonna come.
Gotcha.
And
fair
I'll
enough.
give you a handshake, Anania, or
Anani.
Anani. I'll be like, "Hey, thanks
Anani.
for regenning my ma. I really appreciate that." She's a
You
great
seem
lady.
like a lovely lady.
She is indeed.
Hmm.
Got it.
Don't
in the
forget
genes.
Miller and Ari.
Oh, and yeah, Miller and Ari. Like Miller, you're a great dude. I see you wore your Sunday's best.
No.
I'm really like, I'm I'm gonna miss like traveling with all of you. So I'll hopefully see you soon.
What?
And,
You don't want to
Ari
say
too.
bye to Damon?
Nah, I'll give Damon a handshake too. I'd be like, you seem like a pretty cool dude. Damon's like, I see how these guys have gone on not dying. 'Cause you seem like,
Just that person.
he seems like, despite being, from what he can understand as a shithead, he at least like can function as a person.
The only functioning human being.
And is the biggest dick.
Yeah.
So, Fado will be like, so you're traveling. You're going to be traveling with our group to be determined. And then Damon will be like, well, seems that way. And then Fado will be like, well, you got some big shoes to fill, bud. And pokes him to the chest. And Damon's just like, okay.
Okay.
And then that's it.
All right. So you guys plane shift back.
Before or
Unless
after
there's
a long
anything else
rest?
you wish to do before that?
Just a long rest so I can actually do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
long
take the
rest.
rest and then teleport.
Okay.
Damon
Anything
would
else?
like to hear more, like Bae and like what's happening in Prime Material Auto, and like he wants to get an idea of what to do.
Okay. So while Anani is preparing his spells for the day, you guys are resting up. Damon and Fado start talking about what Countess Sensory was doing. Damon kind of instantly latches on Fado. Oh, the person who knows what the fuck is going. Oh, okay. And stuff that Countess Sensory did. Weirdly enough, though, Fado does not know about the Countess Sensory Stormlord thing, because Fado was dead by the time Countess Sensory mentioned the Stormlord. And Fado does not know any of the stuff that was found in her office or any of that stuff.
That's fine.
So Damon
Damon's
does not.
pretty smart.
But Damon does kind of like, he learns, oh, this giant that they had to run in with started destroying the portals. Very well may have attacked the Shadowfell. He doesn't know, kind of deal.
Yeah. So
So that information is relayed to Damon. You guys, anything else? Fado had spoken with the Shadowfell Morse character.
yeah, and I kind of like, based on how that, we can talk about that later, but I kind of want him to like know of what Fado wants to do with his downtime and trying to.
I already texted more about that arrangement.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make that.
Yeah, I had already texted him like Fado wanted to make this and blah blah blah.
What I call it, the circle of the planes.
Yeah, I believe so.
So, yeah, that's it. That's all I want to do.
Okay. Anybody else?
Plane shift is 7 planes now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys, I'm going. So you guys, the next day, you prepare to set off to the material plane.
Ugh.
You guys get a year.
Oh, so wait, what?
You guys get a year of downtime.
Oh, that's good.
That's why I said you had between a year and a year and a half, because the time change.
How long did we spend? Oh, so we spent a half a year and.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay.
So, now that that is out of the way, I will read what I had written for everybody else, and then I will read what Claudia and Miller did, and in case any of those change what you wanted to do for your downtime. Just get those out of the way right now so that you guys kind of get an idea of what I had in mind, and then you can change that if we need to. But since you guys had a year, the party was missing for 6 months, returning in the fall. When Countess Sensori did not make herself known again, Chancellor Roulade assumed you were successful, killed in the process. Because many of Kunid's clerics were killed, the plague would spread near the end of summer with little to stop it. Whether this plague was directly related to Countess Sensori or not is still unknown. However, because the attack on Goldfields was largely thwarted by you guys, Kunid was able to provide ample food for his citizens the following winter with a minor setback. With no members of TBD there to explain what Countess Sensori had been planning this whole time, the portals of the other plane in the north near the spine of the world largely unnoticed until things were too late. The spine of the world would become a blighted land, swarming with monstrosities and celestials and demons and devils alike, and slowly starting to creep further south. Zyrina, Malinka, and Quashkor took to the front lines, guiding soldiers and keeping the blight back.
Quashkor's my boy.
While stressful, Zyrina and Quashkor soon become very close and were almost inseparable. King Hecaton would give the party a new item, a coin, imprinted with a conch that would allow teleportation to Maelstrom and two-way communication so long as they were on the same plane. He would give this to everybody to have fun. In the meantime, King Hecaton would begin cementing his reign again by taking several giants of each type as prisoners. He would also tell the party that a new ordning had been established, with storm giants once again on top and cloud giants far below where they used to be. He believes the valiant action fire giants placed them as superior in the eyes of Anna, the Allfather. His daughter Sarissa was sent to Everland as a liaison between the humans and the giants. While there are still giant attacks on respecting villages, they are far fewer than even the time before the ordning was shattered. The stone giants of Deadstone Cleft were largely eradicated, with only a few who surrendered being left of their kind in need. Deadstone Cleft itself was almost completely destroyed in the fight between the fire giants Titan and the Zaraton, the giant within elemental. Many fire giants were killed in their attack on, but many fled and were rallied back under the now Duchess Reynard and her giants still loyal to Hecaton. The Titan that the fire giants had was dismantled, and the remaining giant types each took a piece, with Hecaton taking the himself. A pact was made among the giants that the Titan would only be reassembled if all giants agreed it was necessary. Grievnak would have plenty of time to study the crystal core of the castle for herself, and would discover their secret to their flight. She would come to reverse engineer the crystal, ask the party to be her first commission for the castle, so long as a member of the party was there to oversee the construction. She seems absorbed in studying something else about the crystal, but says it will take a very long time yet to come, and she won't reveal anything to you. So that's what everybody else did. Me and Mally worked on what Claudia would do during her downtime. So Claudia will convince the cloud giants and the other people to give her a griffin chick that she begins to raise for her mount. Grievnak convinces Claudia to fight in her underground boxing ring. For the first month, Grievnak convinces Claudia to fight in ground boxing ring.
Okay.
For the first month, Claudia fights valiantly and defeats every opponent thrust in front of her under the guise of mindset. Towards the end of her stint, Claudia fights one opponent that takes her aback. She senses a familiarity about it, and in the middle of the fight, she realizes that she's actually been fighting Chancellor Lod in a mask. After the fight, Claudia would speak with Chancellor Lod and find out that Grieveneck was never shunned by him. Rather, it was a mutual choice between the two to hustle people in a true adventuring group style. Claudia then bids farewell to any member still in Everland at the time, and she returns to her hometown. She relays to her parents everything that she had done and unattunes from her blindfold. She spends several months training with her mother, learning the magic that Otto had begun teaching her, and learning to use her rituals to speak with other manners of beasts, including the Displacer Beast kitten and the Griffin chick, and furthering her connection to her human. She reattunes to her blindfold and begins traveling the world in search of information on. She was unfortunately only able to figure out that the Sahalan can only be truly killed in his lair. In her words, the Shamalama devil thing can die. She starts making her way north, then west, and then finally towards Yamachu-shan. When the party is reunited with Claudia, they notice that she is a lot taller, about 5'4" now, and has now begun to grow.
Yeah, Claudia.
Yeah, Claudia.
Go, Claudia.
Okay, so I guess we will start with. I'm gonna end. I decided I'm gonna end.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna end with Miller's down. So we will. Let's do.
I don't know if
first.
anybody else is having this, but like intermittently, your voice is cutting out.
Oh, was
yeah,
it?
you
Yes,
are.
yeah, it
was.
I understood most of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got it. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. Fado.
Okay, so Fado's going to continue what he started. He
Okay.
eventually forms a semi-secret organization called the Circle of the Plains, where he's going to like get a bunch of people like in a network and connect them all from different planes. He's going to shoot for every single plane. So he's going to like every single plane there is, even like the hells and whatnot, because I'm sure there are some things like tieflings and stuff there, or like Asimar in like the heavens that like kind of don't, they're not like evil or not fully evil, but they'll be willing to like understand his goal. But like every single plane, and he wants to know more about Shadowfell, blah blah blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm talking about. But he wants to connect this group together with the goal of keeping the balance of the planes and destroying or closing these portals that are popping up across the Prime Material and even in the other planes. And he's also going to be working with the people of Bae and protecting the planes to the Fae from the Prime Material and vice versa. So he's like kind of intermittently, well actually, because Fado's like experiencing things different, kind of, right? Because a year and a half passes, and then he immediately goes, you know what I mean?
You cut out.
Fado, what happens was Fado goes with them
Mhm.
to the Prime Material, and then the next day immediately goes back.
Yeah,
So would he be experiencing things differently than them?
he's experiencing things a little bit different.
So, because I assume that he would go out of like the physical portals too.
Yeah, and I think Fado's having to do
Sorry, what was that?
doing a lot of bureaucratic work to try
Yeah.
to get a bunch of favors to try to revert, like keep the effects of the time not happening, and even working in his favor sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh,
His
oh
favor
my
can
God.
be used for that.
Yeah, on stream
he
over
uses
here.
his favor, and he's like trying to finagle more.
So he makes this group. He kind of wants to like beef up the druids a little bit, like
Mhm.
get them more upon his level and take more responsibility. You know pretty much what he wants.
Yep.
It's basically that, but
Okay.
maybe there's some more things.
No. Fado creates this circle of the plains. He starts off. He goes around. He asks Moore's character, the guy who served as essentially a protector of the Shadowfell portal, very much like his people used to serve as a Feywild portal protectors. He asked King Hecaton and his daughter to join in. He asked Chancellor Rulad. He asked Irina and her sister and Quashcore to join in, who are currently, like I said, fighting against this blighted zone, kind of creeping its way through Kunid. He starts asking around for scholars in Yamachushan and things like of that. Just anybody who's an expert or has personally been to various planes. And I think at first Fado is starting to, like, it's hard at first. Most people don't travel between planes, but he's starting to find scholars who have studied even some like really weird planes, just like weird demi-planes, like the plane of oozes and shit like that, or like the plane of magma. Just really weird, obscure planes. Fado's starting to find people who are experts on bringing them into this organization. I think Fado spends his entire year doing just that.
Mm-hmm.
So next up we have, unless you have something to add.
No, he's helping the Fae, helping
Okay.
the village, and helping his.
And then Fado will begin researching how to make a more permanent barrier between the another barrier between the Feywild and the material.
And I also kind of want to look into more of like ask these people about the Sah.
Got it. I will get back to you on that one, because I will likely have you do some rolls and shit like that. But
That's fine.
that's something we could do. Not in game. Pykel,
All right, so Pykel's journey.
you're muted.
You're right. I need to hold right alt. I'm on push to talk. Anyways, Pykel's journey is more of a personal one. His whatever that thing is, the
Patron?
yes, patron. He told me about the connection with Anani, so I.
Oh, that connection. That was with Damon.
Oh, Damon. Okay.
I thought you meant like who was the one you liked last session, which was
No. Yep. Okay. So it was Damon. All right. So I followed Damon.
Okay.
In that year, essentially what happens is Pykel took that. He's come a long way since the loss of his clan, and after getting rid of Cord, what he did is, he learned that the power was within himself that he sought for so long. After everything in the Feywild, he wishes to, rebuild the bridge that he burned with Cord. And he wishes, because he, defiled his original temple, to create another temple for him and get followers in an effort to rebuild that, because he realizes he was misplacing the blame for what had happened on the gods instead of himself. In addition to this, his broody nature is changing. He's washing away. He's becoming that jovial persona that he used to be so long ago. He's finally getting over what had held him back.
So when it comes to when it comes to maybe building a temple to Cord, is Pyko maybe the one is working with Grievnat to commission a castle? Like maybe Pyko went off with Damon for a while, or maybe Pyko first thing he does is help Grievnat commission a castle, and in those plans he includes building a temple, and then going off with Damon, or vice versa.
Yeah, that totally works with working with Grieveneck and getting that set up.
Okay.
In like a section of
so
the castle.
The castle itself will have a small little sect or a temple to Cord.
Yes. And then, in addition to that, in his calming nature, he has started meditating a lot more often than what he had recently, and he notices something within himself that he hasn't felt before. It's like this warm river that is both everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And he begins to explore that energy. And, well, you'll see what happens with that.
Pyko created his own spell.
Woo!
Yes, I did.
Woo!
Okay. So Pyko in his commissioning the castle first, or go Damon?
The castle first.
All right, let's do that.
Okay. So I guess we're gonna get into nitty gritty. What do you guys want in your castle?
Yay.
Castle? Like where or what?
Do you guys have a floating castle?
It's our castle.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fucking TBD. I want a big banner of TBD on the side. Like a brand.
Obviously my own room and a shrine to Chokol.
I want I want to get a teleportation circle like in the castle. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
I need...
It'll take that year, but I want it.
So, because we built the castle, how long does it take to build the castle?
Pyko is going to have to work with Grievenat for a minimum 3 months to get this castle built.
Okay.
After the 3 months, Pyko is he's able to step back and the construction can continue. How much gold do you guys have?
I have it written down.
I have no idea.
Oh, you have it written down. You know how much gold we have. It's in Fado. It's in Fado's character.
Okay, it is 19,242 gold and 1,504 platinum.
And we have like a shitload of stuff in the bag of holding, or the haversack,
Okay.
that we can sell as well.
So yeah, you'll have enough. Grievenak is going to charge you 15,000 gold.
Dope. Strike it. Actually, should I continue, like, taking our gold in?
Yeah, that's fine. Here,
How
I'll
much
write
do
it.
we have now?
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
She's going to charge you 15,000 for the castle itself. And then if you want to add like special things, she'll charge you the special things. Things like the teleportation circle would cost something. If you still want that, it would. Okay, the teleportation circle would be another 1,000, so you're looking at 16,000.
Mm-hmm. That's really all I want.
Okay. Anything else?
I just need a room to meditate in.
Yes. For how big is our castle? Like how tall?
How tall?
Yes.
Depends on if you want it to be wide or you want it to be tall.
Whatever happens, I'm gonna cast Forbidden in the entire area around it.
Mm-hmm.
As part of my time down, it takes me a full 30 days to make it permanent to where it's a 40,000 square feet, 30 feet high. So knowing how high the castle is would be somewhat important.
How high?
for- Yeah.
How high? Did you say 30?
It's 40,000 by 30 feet, but I can cast this month after month after month, and it would stack on top of each.
Yeah, because it's probably going to be taller than 30 feet.
That's what I assumed. That's why I was curious.
Yeah, how tall do you guys want this to be? I would probably say at least 60.
Yeah, like
We'll say 2. We'll say it'll take 2.
2 months?
Yeah, you're 2. You'll have to cast
Okay.
it once.
So what that means now, for those who don't know, what I've basically done is while we're in our castle, it creates a ward against magical travel that protects up to 40,000 square feet of floor space. Actually, no, fuck it, I'll just wink it.
will that fuck with my teleportation circle?
It will if you don't have the password, which you do.
Okay, cool.
And let's see. Okay.
So
So
that
I'm
would
get-
cost. Oh,
Do what?
never mind. It doesn't say consumed. I mean, I probably should be consumed, but it doesn't say it.
Yeah.
No, it does not. Thank God. That'd be really too expensive.
That would be really expensive.
That'd be 6.
Okay, but you will still need the 1,000 gold to buy that material.
Yeah, so knock off another 1,000 gold. But
17,000.
let's see. What do we want to guard against? Celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead?
Fiends.
Fiends. That's what
Yeah, I figured you guys would pick fiends.
Fiends. So if fiends happen to enter our castle by foot or anything, they take damage.
Cool.
Noise!
Yeah, it's a really nice spell. So basically, I'm not really gonna. All of TBD knows the password, so if they happen to teleport or planar shift or anything like that, they're good to go.
What's the password?
Quash Gore, Chancellor, like all the people that we trust know that.
Okay.
But otherwise, nobody.
So anything else more specialty, like a place for your displacer kitten?
Yes,
griffin,
obviously.
That's really Mally, though.
a griffin hatchery.
I will have a cat bed in my room for the displacer kitten because I'm kind of partial.
Okay, things like automaton guards. Any sort of
Automaton guards.
Warforge.
Warforged guards or things like that.
How expensive would guards be?
Depends. If they're people, then you have to pay them a salary. If they're automatons, you pay a much higher upfront cost, but then you don't have to do.
How much is the upfront cost for one?
For one is 2,000.
Holy shit!
But this is a big automaton.
Like we're talking Iron Golem.
Yeah, it's big, and it's beefy.
Let's do it.
I mean, okay, but wait. It's so we have 1 platinum is 10 gold.
Yes.
I'm just gonna convert everything to gold. It's 10.
And
Plus-
just so you know, Bonning, like I have to make sure for that spell that they don't overlap. Just as an FYI.
You probably specified it's 50 feet high.
Yeah.
So we've already used 17,000.
17,000.
Or 17,000, you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're at 17,208. I mean, what the fuck do we use gold for? Hell yeah. Why not? We'll do another 2 for the automaton.
1.
Just one.
Got it.
And then I mean I assume that we have to pay and a guard, like a regular guard. And
No, that's what the automaton is for.
yeah, but
He just wanders around and breaks shit that doesn't belong.
that's only one thing for like a whole castle.
He said it was beefy though. Like one automaton versus like 10 guards, who would win?
Oh, the automaton versus a regular
Okay.
guard.
Okay.
Versus 10 regular guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I guess we do need people to like take care
You
of the
gotta,
castle.
you gotta keep
when
in
we're
mind
gone.
the automaton, like the salary of like 20 guards for a couple years.
Okay, I wasn't sure on how. I'm thinking like what one body can do compared to like 10.
The part of the automaton's enchantment involves being able to know when things have appeared.
Oh, okay, I'm cool with that. But we do need like people to take care of the castle while we're not there, like servants.
Servants won't cost a whole lot. It's pretty easy to just do the upfront cost of their salaries for a year,
Mm-hmm.
which would come to about 150 gold.
Yeah, we'll get like maybe.
And that is for a fully stocked, very nice staff and food and things of that nature.
I mean, we need.
Do it.
Yeah, that's 150. You
Sorry
said?
if I seem a little out of it.
150.
I'm keeping up with the World Series.
That ain't
So we're at
nothing.
I'm a little bit of a
15,000
baseball
gold
nerd.
left.
15,000 or 1,500?
We have 15. Oh wait.
Because we had 19,242 gold pieces and 1,504 platinum.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
15,000 gold.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Fair
have
enough.
15,000
I'm just
gold left. I
making
converted
sure.
all the platinum to because it's so much easier to.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So yeah, we have 15,000.
Boston Red Sox versus Los Angeles Dodgers.
Okay.
What else could we put in the cast?
It's the potential final game. Red Sox are up 3-1 on the series.
Does
And
anyone
they're
else
currently
want
leading.
anything specifically?
I would just say displace a place for the Displacer Beast, a place for Maui's, Griffin.
Yeah, we can have like a menagerie.
I would honestly say like
Oh,
They're
a
also winning
menagerie?
game 3-1.
That would, yeah, that would actually be a good idea.
build like a war room that has a map of both continents on it.
Yeah, Damon will help you with that.
See, that's not the map room is no
Standard.
cost. Yeah.
But yeah, like a place to keep our animals. Like
The menagerie's probably like another.
another 100.
Yeah, for like supplies for the year as well.
Okay.
Because the room itself isn't anything, but you also need the special food and shit
Mm-hmm.
and supplies.
I would also say like a place for Anani to like some craft beers, because I would say on top of like something
Crafting
Like,
beers.
that's something I would say something his temple does, not as well as he would like, but it's something he
Okay, a cake room. Got
Yeah.
it. No cost.
We will become best friends.
Right. Yep, that should do it.
Like a sparring room, shit like that, for like training and whatnot. Damon would.
Barring room.
I feel like Fado would visit everyone. Oh, Fado would like a big ass tree.
That will cost.
Yeah, I want a tree that I can teleport to.
Otto
Big-ass
will also
tree.
know the password.
Yeah.
Big ass tree
Can't
slash.
Fado? Oh well. Can't Fado help grow it himself though?
If Fado wanted to spend his downtime making druid growth, but or he could help grow the tree, which would help reduce the cost. But
Yeah, because I only need to spend like a day with a tree for 8 hours, like to make it grow fast and big.
okay, in that case, another 100 gold then.
Okay, just so that I can use
Nice.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael,
Dan-
what do you want? Jin.
Well, all I needed was a room to meditate in, and the only other thing I was thinking of was the brewery. Plus, we're doing the temple area, is that costing, or is that free of charge?
No.
Okay. That's really the only 3 things that I wanted, was the sparring room, which you already talked about, and then I just need a room to meditate in. That's about it.
All right. Sounds like you guys got a badass flying castle.
Can we
Next
just
up.
convert all of our random shit into gold?
Oh Jesus, that sounds like an undertaking.
I don't know. I feel
rich.
I feel like I'm gonna keep all my random stuff because a crowbar and a shield helped us get back here today.
No, I mean like we have a 15-pound made up
15-pound what?
earring.
Oh, huh. Well,
We could do that later. Me
Okay.
me and Ray-
Next up is Inani.
I would probably potentially help with the castle. Obviously, I would be doing a lot of that. Probably whenever they got done with the first floor, I would cast Forbiddance every day on it, and then they got done with the second floor, do that. Once Pykel and Damon were ready to go to Kunald, I would transport them back with Word of Recall.
Oh, about that.
Yeah.
You cast Word of Recall, and you flicker, and you see your temple is collapsed. And
Okay.
in disrepair, and then you flicker back.
So previously designated with you. Unoccupied space, the spot you designated when you prepared your stand. Okay, so according to the word of the spell, I would appear in the first unoccupied spot, as we all would. Just linked it to you.
It could no longer be considered a sanctuary.
Yeah, it's not there anymore. That was what I was trying to tell you.
Right, that's what-
temple strongly linked to your deity is gone.
It's gone, right? Okay.
So you don't have a spot to appear in. You
Like
flickered
he's saying-
there, saw it was destroyed, and then got
Like the temple is just straight up
it's gone.
gone. Like
But
there's
the more-
nothing where the temple used to be.
No, but he's saying the most important thing is
Is
the
that it's a
connection-
sanctuary dedicated to your deity, which it is
Right.
not anymore. It's a speck of land. It's a ruin.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the connection to the god is gone.
If you attempt to cast this spell in this manner in an area that isn't dedicated to your deity, the spell has no effect. Kind of ignore that.
You must designate a sanctuary
If
by
you
casting the
attempt
spell
to
within
cast-
a location. No. That right there, to my understanding, you must designate a sanctuary by casting the spell within a location such as a temple.
That has
that
since
was-
been desecrated. It has been
Right.
desecrated. It's gone. So you are attempting to cast a spell in an area that isn't dedicated to your deity. It
That
has
was
been desecrated. It is no
so. To
dedicated.
me, all that says is the area originally has to be dedicated to my deity to actually make it a
No,
sanctuary.
that is not how I'm ruling. It is desecrated. It is not.
Right, I understand that.
Yeah, but no, you obviously, because you're trying to argue that this spell should work when no, it is not dedicated to your deity. Therefore, the spell has no effect.
I'm fine. Okay.
I agree with Brett on this one.
I mean, I get where he's coming from. All I'm saying is that last portion to me reads that, like, if I were to cast a sanctuary, like, it originally has to be part of dedicated to my deity. It doesn't say, like, to me, it doesn't say anywhere in there that if it becomes desecrated or anything else, it's no longer, like, I can't use it to cast to go back to it. Versus like sanctuary, like word of recall to me.
This conversation is over. You don't.
That's fine. That's
no, it's the
fine.
thing that it says strongly linked. Like that, your temple is not strongly linked to you.
Okay. Fair enough. Well then, that would suck, big donkey dick, and Anani would not take that very well. He would try to figure out a way to get back to.
I have a teleportation circle.
Damon has a teleportation circle.
Okay.
Boom.
Do I have one in the Damon?
There's teleportation circles in everyone.
No, but I can draw one.
Yeah, and you could draw one. Yeah.
Like okay, wait. So I could just draw one on the ground and link it like immediately to maybe one in the Armitage Castle.
Yes, there is one there. There's definitely one there. You know, there's one in the capital. You know of several throughout.
Yeah. So I would just draw one on the ground immediately to the Armitage estate.
Okay.
Does it work?
You do teleport there. When you get there, you notice that there is some structural damage to the estate, and it doesn't appear that there is anybody in the estate, but the teleportation circle itself was kept untouched.
I would have done this like I would have talked to Grieveneck about getting one like installed into our castle and then back. But it's not my turn yet, so
Yeah.
but I can get us there.
Oh, man, I love this song.
Okay. So you
Ignored.
Anani, you are teleported back to Damon's house with him and Pykel.
I mean, this is like while the construction is going on. Like, we got to the prime material. We probably spent a day. I told Grieveneck that I want that circle in the castle, and then I leave.
Okay.
Because my idea was Damon would want to go back and.
Okay, and then we'll say Grieveneck cast teleportation circle and sent Pykel to the Armitage estate, and Pykel ended up finding you and palled with you for a bit.
Okay, that works.
Palling it up.
Okay, Anani, you're still up.
So I would definitely go to my temple and try to figure out what was happening or what happened to it, and go from there. If the temple for Shakal was done before I left for Kunald, I would have cast Word of Recall and designated that as my sanctuary so I could go back to the temple.
If you went with Damon, you did not. It was not constructed by that time.
We can go
Okay.
back and forth. We can do
That's
that.
fine. So I would look at my temple, try to figure out what was going on. Potentially at least just go check on my family and make sure that they were all right, but not let them know that I was around or anything to that effect. And then
Your family's fine. They had been. Why am I drawing a blank on the evacuated? They had been evacuated because the area, your temple specifically, was one of the first places hit when the portal started opening up around Kunald. So your temple was destroyed pretty immediately. Go ahead and roll an investigation check to see if you can get any sort of
Can I help him? Because I would be with him.
investigating the temple.
I think so, because like I would go around Kunal. Like depending on what happens with my place, I would go with him.
Okay. Yeah, you can have advantage then.
okay. Natural 20.
Okay. With a natural 20, you know that this big, hulking, bull-like monster, just absolutely, almost as tall as the temple itself, just battered it in and started killing many of the people in the infirmary of your temple, and was feeding them and like giving them, like tearing them apart and giving them to other demons, and then kind of fled off in a random direction. But you know it was a random bull-like monster, and with a level with a 20, you gather it was some sort of demon, and that demon is still wandering the country of Kunal, but he hasn't been seen in a while.
Would I know how powerful it is?
You know it's probably pretty powerful.
Are there any like demons that I meet along the way after finding my temple destroyed and stuff?
Yes, you encounter some few minor demons, maybe some devils. Interestingly enough, you're seeing some like lesser celestials. From what you're gathering, this big demon was like a weird, like that's not normal. What mostly have been popping up are lesser demons, lesser devils, keep popping up. So for common people, this is like, it's a serious problem. Obviously for you, you can snap your fingers and murder a fucking lesser demon.
I would like to aggro quite a few and kind of channel my rage and start to use that to like create this spell you and I had just.
Okay. So Inani, kind of angered at this the destruction of his temple. His hair is in full fire mode for like the next 3 days. And he starts like wandering around, noticing where little lesser demons and devil, starts luring them. And then Inani sets off this trap that drops it into a pit. And Inani just lights this humongous fire and burns them all up. And you, Damon, you start to notice the wreaths of fire wrapping around his body, and Inani gets his signature spell.
I would like to obviously spend time with the shield, attune to that, and then after that, family's good, avenge a little bit of the temple, and then try to find out a little bit of information, and then whenever I've got that back with Damon and help with him and all that good stuff.
Okay. Jin. Ginny Chin Chin.
Not by
Yes,
the hair
sorry,
of
I
a
was on
Ginny
the phone.
Chin Chin.
Oh,
What's up?
you're what are you doing during your downtime?
Is this the different downtime, right?
This is the 1 year downtime.
Oh, okay. I decided to train at my monastery.
Okay. So Jin, after this ordeal, he begins walking to his monastery, which is built into the side of a mountain near Deadstone Cleft. He enters. He is greeted by his master, Master Jirisk, who is a very old dwarven man. Jin kind of explains the situation, what he's done. Master Jirisk is actually, he recognizes the god. He's kind of a little bit shocked, and he starts to tell you a little bit about the gauntlets and what kind of artifact they are, which I will send you. I will send you what Jirisk tells you to you, Colin, personally, so that maybe next session you could tell the party whatever.
Okay.
So you, he tells you a little bit about the, agrees to help you start training, and he leads you to the portal. Since you wish to unlock the air powers of your gauntlets, he leads you into the elemental air. And so for the next several months, we're sitting there training in the elemental plane of air. Fado doesn't know who this dude is. You start training in the elemental plane of air with a young boy named Aang. Aang really sucks at airbending. All he knows is how to do an air scooter and to make a little ball of air and go.
Extra gay.
Sure, his name isn't Ung.
It's on.
Okay, so Jin, what I need you to do is I need you to make a wisdom check.
Straight wisdom.
Yes, I'm gonna have you make 3 of them. Okay, you succeed on 2 of them. So therefore,
You don't die.
That's good.
okay. So I think towards the end of your stint, you're starting to get extreme that nothing happening. You keep trying to learn to bend as best as you can. And you can go ahead and check your gauntlet now.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
I can fly now.
No fucking way. You
Short bursts.
You'd be fucking stupid with this fly speed.
He does have a fly speed,
Jeez.
Yeah.
but he falls to the ground if he's hovering while he's flying.
Oh,
It's like the totem bar.
But I can fly. So I can now technically jump 65 feet in the air.
This is true.
Or even higher, I could double that. 130 feet in the air. I could dash that shit. How are this gonna all be sure? Okay. Alright, cool.
Did you read the rest?
Yeah, I'm reading it.
Oh, think you'll like that one. Okay.
Just trying to see if I can see more.
So Jin does that. And I think after that, Jin spends the rest of his time working on the signature spell that we talked about.
Okay.
Now we move on to Damon.
Okay. So like I said, Damon will request that made in the castle. After that request is done, he and I assume it's Inani and Pykel. I don't know if anyone else want to come, but you're able to Kunald, to the Damon or to the Armitage estate, and he wants to look if it's how it is.
So Armitage Estate is in disrepair. The circle is still standing, but a lot of the castle is starting to crumble. It looks like it had been attacked. Do you want to, or is Damon going to spend some time investigating outside of his house to find out what?
He's gonna use he's going to investigate anything he can see to like what happened, and if anybody is around or left, or look for any sign of where they went.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check with, assuming Inani would be there. Okay. With a 12, you notice that it looks like something big attacked the estate. I think eventually, maybe like a week or two, Damon does come across a member of his family, comes across, let's say his sister. Damon comes across his sister and explains to Damon that many beasts of the Shadowfell were starting to attack the estate, or the areas around the estate. She doesn't know what happened, but a bunch of monsters from the Shadowfell started coming into lands that previously they were being held back from. Mm-hmm. And so your dad kind of took initiative to himself, and started wandering around, and kind of going rogue and attacking various different Shadowfell beasts. And then your sister says she hasn't seen anything or heard anything about your dad for several months now, since you guys were gone for 6 months.
Is she organizing some kind of like?
Yeah,
trying to repel this.
her, your mother, and your brother are all there, and they pushed back the Shadowfell. And then they, as far as the estate, it was actually attacked by a group of devils, headed by a devil that she describes as almost looks like it was made of wax, and it was able to fling fire in all sorts of different directions. And it appeared to be heading this small little band of devils. And they attacked the estate while the rest of your family was gone. Only your brother was there, and brother fled because he couldn't take down all those devils by himself. And that's what caused your estate to be in disrepair. So your mother, your sister, and your brother all kind of fled and are pushing back against the Shadowfell and are going around murdering devils and shit like that. But nobody has heard from your dad for 6 months.
So then I'm the head of the Armitage household for all
intents and purposes. You are the head of the Armitage household.
Okay. Well, then knowing that, I will who's the second eldest? I don't know.
The second eldest would be your sister. It goes you, your sister, your brother.
Okay. Then my sister would be, I would kind of charge her with doing what she's doing now, and keeping an eye out for our father, and continuing to push back. And did they go back? Did they send word to the Empire that thing?
They did, and the Empire, from what she said, is the Empire is well aware of all of the devils and things, and the Empire actually sent several Warforged to push back against the portal.
Okay, then I'd also like to convey everything that I've learned in the Feywild to her, my mother, and my brother, so they all know.
Okay, and I think in the next, knowing that, in the next couple of weeks, they go to the Shadowfell and find that it's been destroyed as well.
Okay.
And then they relay it back to you, hey, just like the Feywild portal, the Shadowfell portal has been destroyed. It looked like it was by something big. I saw big footprints.
Okay. Then I tell them everything. I discovered the continent Kunid, and I tell them that there are no Andy there, but they seem to be run pretty well, and that we should probably ask for their assistance, and go foster a relationship at least. Maybe not ask for assistance, but foster a relationship between the governments of Kunid and the governments of Kunal.
Okay.
So then I'll help Inanni with what he's doing. And other people need to know, so I would call a meeting of all, but I have the authority to
call a meeting of what?
The great houses of the Empire.
Yes, you do.
I would call it the meeting.
Head of...
And I would relay to them everything, I suppose. Yeah. That I was in the Feywild, that someone from the material plane struck a deal with them, or fostered a deal with them to protect their side and our side. And it would probably be within our best interest to do the same or something of the same. Shadowfell's a little different, the family, but we need to do something like that. And I also tell them of the discovery of Kunid. I tell them that they're not Andy, but they deserve respect, and we need to help each other.
Okay.
So that's what I convey to the Great Houses, and I tell them to be on the watch for portals and whatnot. I just tell them
I
everything.
think this is kind of towards the end of your year. Of course, Damon himself doesn't. That you got the year timeline, but he tells the Great Houses, and I think several of the Great Houses kind of ignore
that
him.
long?
I would think probably maybe setting this up with all the shit thing.
Okay. I tell them how, like, I would know like, all of the blighted lands in Kunid.
Yes.
So I would probably. Do we have anything like that?
You had the Shadowfell one.
Oh,
It's probably grown a little bit bigger, but it's in the same area.
And then I guess I would try or ask them to consider like sending a force there because that place is fucked.
And I think like working with that and trying to get something set up with Kunid, Damon takes a lot of time. He's getting forces sent to Kunid.
I also would have left an open invitation to join us. Like, I would have sent somebody to the Emperor or his retainers asking him for an open invitation to join the Great. In the meeting.
And we will get to that. So, anything else?
Well, my spell, but that will be done in my downtime.
Yeah, like you could do that over that year.
Yeah.
And so Damon has his own spell. Last but certainly not least, we will get to Miller. Unfortunately, I told Dottie what was happening. He didn't quite. This is good enough for him. I feel it's a good ending. So Miller, a bit distraught at all the things that have happened, decides to delve into the mystery of what happened to acting troupe so long ago. All he knew was a symbol was inscribed into the cart and that none of the children were killed. He eventually found out that the symbol belonged to a powerful vampire lord with the ability to read a person's darkest secrets, and this vampire lord used this power to act as an anti-hero, reading the darkest thoughts of people and murdering those he felt. When Miller's troop came upon this vampire, he sensed the leader of the caravan was using the act to lure children for his appetite, and all of the adults in the caravan knew of these horrendous acts, but did not say anything about it. Miller was shocked with the epiphany, left the vampire to be. He continued his wandering and eventually came upon the son of the caravan leader, now running his own caravan under the old name of the Farwater Merrymakers, his old acting troupe. Unfortunately, this son had the same weakness as his was using the guise of the caravan to act upon his disgusting carnages. Miller subdued him and left him to arm. Confused with what to do next, Miller threw away the coin that Hecate gave him, and with Damon and Anani opening his mind to all the new continents to explore, Miller packed as little as he could to get away with, and set off on a flight with Ari across the Sodania Ocean, leaving TBD to their adventures. You may see Miller later, but that time in the Feywild, last time Miller was truly a member of TBD. He was a beloved member. He will be missed.
Aw.
Sad.
Oh, Raggy.
Sad
What did you
face.
say that he did to the second troop leader?
The son,
Yeah.
he tied up the son and left him to Ari.
Ooh.
Damn.
That was
That's
like,
brutal.
yeah, that's badass. Yeah, it's badass. So, towards the end of your year, you guys all receive a message through the coin that King Hecaton gave you. King Hecaton tells you simply to come to Maelstrom. He wishes to speak with you. When you get to Maelstrom, King Hecaton looks to you and says, I have received word from the country of Kunal, the continent of Kunald. They asked for our assistance, and they specifically asked you all by name, including you, Damon, and Anani. They asked for your help. So I'm willing to teleport you to the Emperor, who you will meet. He will tell you what to do.
King Hecaton, you know our Emperor?
I used to.
You used to. How long have you lived? How long have you been? What's the lifespan of a giant?
Storm giants can live very.
Okay. What was he like?
Brash, bold, brave. It's been almost 500 years since I had last spoke to him.
Is Fado there?
He was a great man. And right about this time, thank you for reminding me, using Fado's coin, but not Fado, comes a woman, long dark hair, wearing a mask, much like a cloud giant's mask, in this face of wry amusement, almost like the mask had heard a joke that nobody else. And she lifts up the mask, and it's Zyrina, Kim's character, because Kim is now going to be a member of TBD.
Woo! Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome, Kim.
So she will be with us next session, and she will be playing with us.
Yeah, Kim. Oh.
I was talking to
high
her
five you.
about it this
Boom.
weekend when Dottie texted. And I was like, I can't fit you in this set, but I will make it a surprise. So,
Yo, what up, playa?
I know. I told her nobody knew. So Kim will be the new member of TBD. Zyrina. I don't know if Kim is changing anything, but she was considering a mole, but she is still the arcane trickster.
I can tell you, she says, "What up, boys?"
What
Yeah.
She watching your stream, Michael?
Yeah.
Love you, Kim.
And then King Hecaton teleports you. And when you come to and stand up, you are in a large marble throne room. And sitting in the back underneath this shadow is a very, very large throne. You can't see who is sitting on it. All you hear is, "So you answered my summons."
I kneel and bow my head to my emperor, and I motion for them to do the same.
Ahoy there,
Right now.
Leanerts.
Because I know better than to piss off somebody better than me.
What did the rest of you do?
I kneel. I'm not here to start a fight.
Okay. You all kneel. And then you hear, "You may rise." And the throne creaks a little bit. And standing up,
Hold on.
he steps out of the shadows, and it's familiar but not too. damn near the spitting image of King Hecaton, comes walking down. How is my brother?
Oh, what the hell?
Ooh, fuck.
What the F, David Blaine?
Cloud giants? Or storm giants?
Yep.
Fuck!
King Hecaton's brother this time.
I don't trust either of these bitches now. Like, Hanani does, but I don't.
My name is King Hellion. I asked you because I wish for you to head my war against the devils and the demon. We are marching straight for the low
Up, you went
plane.
up, Brett.
Oh, good now?
Yeah.
He says, I've called you into my throne because I want you to head my march into the 9 hells and the abyss. We are going to put an end to this blood war. We're going to put an end to this needless messing around into our plane. Are you with me?
Of course, my lord.
Yeah.
I nod.
Jen,
Yes.
are you in on this march on the lower plains?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Yes.
Jin doesn't want to march on the Sahalan?
Yes, I do.
I'm like, wow, are you leaving too, Colin?
Second Carrion Daring
character.
See ya, bitches.
Yeah, it's like his whole art. You just like,
I had to throw a curveball at you, Brett.
You did a good job. So that is your third arc.
Woo!
Boy.
Blood War, boys.
Michael, he did not do me dirty. Brett did a wonderful job with the Sahalan.
Oh, he did you so dirty.
I disagree. I think he did a great job with that.
I was very I gave him 2 opportunities. One
Wait,
of
I'm
them didn't
confused.
require.
I'm talking to, I congratulated Kim in Pikel's Twitch chat, and we were talking about Valen. And Pikel's like, oh, he did you so dirty. Like, no. I thought it was awesome. I thought it was well done.
I gave him 2 opportunities.
Well, it was well done, but it was still pretty dirty. I enjoyed it, but yeah, you did him dirty.
Almost like the archdevil of trickery and lies is going to be a good person.
I know, right?
Yeah, no shit.
So yes, your third.
Has he appeared to us in that year?
Who?
The Sahalan.
I think to mess with you occasionally.
Here's
not
my
to
question.
Not to Damon and not to Anaki.
While they were in the castle, did he stop appearing?
Yes.
I love it.
While we were in what castle?
And the castle we were doing, like when I was doing Forbiddance and stuff.
You can't come up with a name for that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, we just call it Castle.
Actually, no, it wouldn't stop him.
No?
No.
Damn.
Because it's the same as when Dan tried to planar bind him. He's not actually going.
Yeah, I was so pissed that didn't work. I thought I was being clever.
So it's kind of almost like a projection or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
it's like
that
a projection.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I was just reading. I didn't know. It
No,
doesn't-
you're good.
It doesn't say that they can't.
It's literally just like teleportation.
They can't enter there. So okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, King Hellion, the storm giant.
Man, you told me his name, and I probably Hellion, Hecaton, the
It's
H
written
brothers.
right in the Gmail. It's right in the email.
I know. God damn. Damon's cool with it. He knew he was weird anyway.
Now you're just gonna. Now you gotta know why they do each other.
Why they don't like each other?
King Hecaton and King Hellion haven't spoken in 500 years.
I feel like it would have to do with King Empire and exerting his will. And King Hecaton just like, hey, let's just chill out in the maelstrom, bruh.
So yeah, that was just a hint at your thoughts, and we
I'm
will.
excited.
So I'll leave this up to you, Brett. Rereading Forbidden, it doesn't specifically say anything about using the password to actually teleport in. Down towards the bottom, it says when you enter the area, you can say the password to prevent taking damage or something like that, but I'm not sure if I read that correct.
That was a great sesh, boys.
It
Your
was.
boy.
We didn't even fight anything.
I know. That was nice.
all role playing.
Yeah, I liked it.
And I think we're done. It's 10:52 my time. It was like a 3-hour sesh. Well, almost 4.
Yeah, it was pretty short.
4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
4.
Closer to 4.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
Whatever
we
you
fought
decide,
something,
Bonnie.
it'd be like a.
Yeah,
Man, I had to talk to myself.
that
You
was
had to
fun.
what?
Talk to myself.
That was hilarious.
Dude, I was totally trying to get you to do that.
You were like, Damon's gonna be like this, and then Fado's gonna be like this, and I was like, this is fucking.
It was really hard to like use Damon's voice when I was speaking as Fado
Yeah,
because Damon talks like this, and Fado fucking talks like this, dude.
it's the DM's curses,
Yeah. Oh.
but
Can you tell me how my circle is doing?
your circle is done.
Yeah.
The castle is done. I'm going to make the map for the
like
castle.
the circle of the plains.
Oh, the Circle of the Plains is doing good. And they actually also received a summons from King Hellion.
All of them?
Yes, or well, the leaders.
Oh, okay. I just didn't show up because I don't give a fuck. Is that
No, they haven't shown up yet.
Okay.
Hellion wanted to speak with them separate.
Okay.
Hellion wanted to use them as like tacticians on what, like how to approach stuff. Whereas he was asking you because you guys are.
We're already fighting.
Yeah,
And
you
Fado's
guys.
gonna be thinking.
Yeah, you guys are gonna be deep in the shit.
You know, another random thing to throw in there is with the security for the castle, we have a shitload of paladins in there following Cord that'll help us like defend it. So random.
Probably won't be like they'll probably be like level.
Yeah, they're gonna be low levels.
Fodder,
They're
but
gonna be like, oh my god, you're so cool, Michael.
Oh my
Cast
Michael!
vanishing smite.
Smite him! Please smite him! I don't even learn smite yet.
smite the mighty smiter.
All I know is how to lay on hand
Only for
Back on the day,
for 5 points.
man. Takes me back to the first session in Nightstone.
right.
Oh, you guys are all level 15.
Boom.
So.
I guess I never took. Could Damon have looked for my father too?
Yeah, Damon saw no sign. Your dad.
Fuck, I want his sword. And then, well, in that year, because Damon has 2 magic items, Could I buy one or something?
Yep.
Okay.
Ooh,
Before
that's
we
right.
go
I
to-
wanted like ogre strength or something like that.
You can buy gauntlets of ogre strength.
Okay.
I'll buy something too. Whoop. Fuck it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will talk to you guys again about our next session.
For sure. And Kim.
And Kim.
You're Kim.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kim's
that's gonna
new
be a
Dottie.
girl.
New Dottie.
New Dottie.
Kim,
Oh.
if you're
Dottie,
still
we
there,
love you.
need to wear your Sunday's best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Kim's got to wear her Sunday's best.
Obviously. The real question is, does she have a TBD shirt?
She has a dance face shirt.
She has
Ah.
a dance face shirt, but not one that says TBD.
She just said she'll wear her Sunday best.
Yeah.
Bow tie and everything.
Oh, I love it. In honor. R.I.P. Miller.
R.I.P. Miller.
Rip Miller.
R.I.P. Dottie.
Rip.
I hope your back heals stronger and like a donkey's back.
Stronger and beefier than ever before.
Mm-hmm. And like, I want his back to not even fit in those shirts by the
They are. They do.
time.
Oh man, but yeah, I like brought it up. I was like, yeah, you could play Zyrina, or you could play somebody else, and she was like, I'll just play Zyrina. Rogue works really well with the party. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and I like her item that I made.
Ooh, she gets like.
Yeah, she gets an item too. It's like it would be really weird if she was the only one without.
Understandable.
So she gets one. It's actually the Cloud Giant mask that she had on.
Ooh.
Oh,
It reminded me
yeah,
of the,
that was cool. I like that because
I thought we were about to flow down with somebody.
yeah, I did
Like,
too. Honestly,
like straight up somebody murked Fado after Valen killed himself for Fado, and now Fado's dead again, and we gotta kill this dead.
Nah, honestly, at this point, I'm surrounded by enough people who fucking wreck shit that Fado is basically an adventure his own.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm running it. I'm like running an adventure now, basically.
So Dan literally plays two characters now.
Not really.
No. For the most part, I'm just going to ask Dan's questions occasionally about what he wants Fado to do, and then Fado's stuff is all in the background.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I'm playing a choose your own adventure as well
Yeah, he's playing a Choose Your Own Adventure.
on top of D&D.
Noise.
nice. Get it, girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So
Does Fado level up with them or not?
yeah, Fado levels up.
So he's. Can I have his character sheet forever, please?
Why?
You don't what? Why do you want it?
I want it to feel real.
Fine.
Here you go.
No, you're. I'm. Well, then, can you update it for me then?
I just gave it to you.
Okay.
Because Fado's probably going to hit level 15.
Level 14, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he's just gonna go straight Druid. Yeah, he might like provide some support. So, like, how are we even gonna do this fucking war into the 9 hells?
I don't know. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting.
Plus, why are we even doing it though? Does he have that?
That was just me giving you that's what's going to happen. Next session's going to have, like, you guys, like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, because we all know that the Sahalan's a piece of shit, but we don't have any proof that the demons and devils are behind it.
Yeah, exactly. Plus you have all that stuff with Countess Sensori.
Oh, fuck, nobody looked at it.
Her journal that none of you guys decided to.
Can Damon look at it, please? Because he was gonna ask them.
Does Damon speak Giant?
Huh?
Does Damon speak Giant?
You can ask
No,
Michael.
but I have understand language.
Oh, if you have comprehend languages, yes, Damon
Yes,
could
I
be
do.
working to decipher it.
Yeah, in my downtime, I want to, because I assumed I would ask him, like, once I learned what Countess Sensori was, like, I would have asked them, like, oh, what would you fight like?
Okay.
And I would've
Then
let
I
them
need
know.
you to make an.
Just one.
Yep.
Also, does anybody have any objection to me taking the boots of Elvenkind from Valen's dead body?
Damon don't care. Come on,
Alright,
roll.
you cool with that,
Yeah.
Bonnie?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Okay. Then I will once again email you what you found from Countess Sensori's journal. Or actually,
Yeah, wait, Brett. Why did it say 1 + 2?
oh,
My
that's
intelligence
it's
is
separating
15.
Jack of all trades
Oh, okay.
because
Okay,
it's
then
normally
it's-
1, and then you got +2 from Jack of all.
I see. Okay. So yeah, then it's 20. So I would like to know everything.
Okay, I will send that all over me then, because I assume Damon will. So
Yeah, could you email it me too? Email it to me too, because I like to have it all in a chain of emails that we have
yeah, I got you.
for like ease of reference.
Yep, I got you. So you were able to decipher Countess Sensori's journal. It's a good thing you rolled really well because the cipher was very tough and the DC was 18.
Dang.
So, yep, I
Dang,
will.
He's a man of learned. He's a learned man.
So yeah, Damon took some time. He eventually broke as he's casting comprehend language at the time. He eventually broke the cipher.
Bitch.
Nice.
Okay. I'm gonna peace out then.
Yep, have a good night, guys.
Thanks. I
Bye.
will text you all.
Bye. Welcome aboard, Kim.
Welcome.
Text you all about it next session. So peace out.
Bo show, bro.
All right, Kim,
I'm gonna head
welcome
out
to the
too.
team,
I've been holding my
and
pee in.
have a great night.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Kim
Oh,
says bye.
Jesus.
She
Bye,
also
Kim.
says we're gonna Leroy Jenkins this shit.
fuck yeah.
A Leroy
Bye,
Jenkins.
guys.
Bye.
All right, have a good night.